All right. And we are live. Flashpoint Ebontis, what is going on, sir?
Sorry for the late delay of the start, everybody. Just had to tidy a couple things around the house, but we are here. It's the last podcast of the year for 2018, wrapping it up. December holidays are coming up. Just got some craziness, so probably not doing next week. And we all know it's probably going to be light, nothing new coming. So I figured give you guys a little break from us as well. You guys have put up with us all year long. It's been awesome. But yeah, just kind of pretty cool. A lot of grinding going on in Destiny.
Mhm.
Whole bunch of grinding, especially if you jumped into Izanami, which I haven't even touched yet.
I was just about to ask you if you got a chance to touch it.
I've looked at like the quest chain and just that alone, but no, there's definitely going to be some grinding going on this weekend. But I'm traveling a little bit on Sunday, so it's gonna be a little tight squeeze, but we'll see what I can get done. What about you, man?
Been grinding, man. I mean, ever since the Tuesday update, I've been noticing the difference. My quest to get back to 600 on PC is I've been noticing a difference in prime engrams as far as the drop level and the light increase. So it's been substantial. I do notice a difference. So I'm creeping my way up to what's about 580 right now, about 580. So I could be a little higher, but I just need some cores to get some things up. But shout out to Scream, shout out to Kaibatu. Those guys been helping me out, man. So on my quest to 600.
Very, very cool. So you've actually noticed a bump in the primes. Have you seen the bump in the what am I thinking of? Like director challenges and stuff like that too?
I feel it more with the primes. It's still nice. The director stuff is cool, but I definitely see the difference. It's like almost 20 light levels sometimes. Like, well, I say 20, but I've seen like 15 light level increase, and I'm like, wow, this is a big jump.
15 from a prime? Damn,
I think I seen one time it was like really big, and I was just like, it could have been a thing that I was just weak in, and it kind of gave it to me. But I've been noticing some really bigger, substantial jumps. So it's like I said, it's only a matter of time because now I'm like, okay, now I'm going through cores a little bit just to get some stuff up. I'm trying not to use them as much, but yeah, man. I mean, I definitely like this new update. It feels helpful, and I feel hopefully if I keep continuing my grind hopefully by the end of the weekend, by this weekend, I should be rocking and rolling, maybe touch some 600 content.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I was like, I mean, this is I kind of want to say it's like a learning curve for Bungie, but I was like, there's so many other games they could have learned from. They could have eased this process a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
Just because, like, yeah, I mean, everybody hits the wall. Everybody's all disheartened. It's like, if you just ease that stuff a little better, give the people who aren't quite there that quicker pace, be like, I know there's a grind to do. It's like I stepped away. I was like 570. Felt like I'd done most of it. I wanted to come back, try it out. Then all of a sudden, this grind is still really slow. A couple weeks earlier, would have made a difference, and it's just kind of like I'm just hoping. I know it's not too little too late. I mean, Destiny's going to keep living and going, but it's like there's just some people got shut off pretty quick, and it's like those are some of the ones. Again, it's always we're saying, what does it take to get them back? And it's like it could be a harder step now just because of those things. But at least we can say some things are in place. Be like, hey, a couple weeks old. Hey, come on back. You've taken a couple weeks off. The grind's a lot quicker, so come on back. I'll help you through it. It'd be a nice way to talk to some friends back in.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, like you said, a lot of this is going to be a learning experience when they drop this new style of annual pass content with end game in mind. Now they have to it looks like they maybe figured it out, as far as like not leaving the old content, the people who are still working on the old content behind. So like you said, learning experience, and hopefully they document and, get that thing moving smooth for the next one, which is, what is it, Joker's Wild we got.
Yeah, Joker's Wild to be, I guess, March, or I mean, whatever you want to call spring, because spring is always like March 21st or 22nd, so however close they feel like getting to that. But I mean, this was basically, December 4th, so if you did 3 months, it'd be almost start of March, I think.
Absolutely.
But yeah, guys, I know we said upcoming changes for Flashpoint on the thumbnail, and I'll let Cognito start this one off. Nothing crazy, but just something we got to talk about. So lend us your ears for 5 minutes.
Yeah, man, we got to get to it. So it's come to my attention that obviously we started Flashpoint in the beginning of this year, and with my man Ebontis, and Destiny podcast focused, during the time at the game is at its lowest. So, you know, it's definitely a passion project for us, and we really appreciate the support. So, yes, there was some slight exaggeration in the tweets that I put out, but it's basically kind of my attention that there is another entity using this name. So basically, there's been no legal action, nothing against us like that. But this is more of a preventative measure. So we probably want to we in the process of talking amongst ourselves, as well as wanted to bring it to you guys' attention because, you know, for me personally, the Flashpoint name really means a lot to me. I mean, obviously, it's not super original because Bungie had it, but you know, it's an activity. It was things you had to do, and then obviously we had the inside joke, you know, Flash with the quotation marks because you know when me and Bontes get going on Destiny, it's nothing ever quick as far as discussion. But yeah, man. So basically, you know, we're brainstorming. We're probably looking at a rebrand of the name. You know, we don't want this thing to stop. At least I don't want this thing to stop. It's very important to me. It's very important to Abantis and how we work and just talking about this game that we love. So, you know, we probably going to take some suggestions. You know, we got to the new year and we definitely want to rebrand. We definitely want to come up with something that ultimately represents us, but at the same time still represent Destiny. And my only request is I don't prefer to have the word podcast in it.
Or I mean, if we can help it, yeah, it'd be nice to not be like blah, blah, blah podcast. And there's nothing against that. It's just like kind of, we just want ours to be more on the unique side. So it's kind of what we'd like to stick with.
Which is why the Flashpoint thing really hurts me. I know Bontis is ready. He's like, look, man, he's ready to go on. So he's good.
Honestly, like, it's one of those things when you were telling me about it, it's like, I do understand. Yeah, it's like the name change is kind of one of those things. It's like, but I mean, it's been less than a year. We're coming right up on the year, but it'll be a, you know, reasonable time to change. But when you were telling me that story, that your friend was talking to two of his friends saying, yeah, I listen to this like podcast a little bit. It's a couple of these guys out there. And then all of a sudden he's like, dude, I know those guys. And it's like, that was just making me smile. So in the moment, I wasn't quite as down as you were because he was like, oh man, it's like, I don't want to lose the name. But here's the story. It got you really low. And for me, I just like that's the good side of that story. Like, it was just really cool. Like a couple random people out there just know who we are. It's like, I know it's a small world sometimes. So that was actually really, really cool. But yeah, it's like, we're just trying to find a new name for this one, and we don't know quite what it's going to be. So if you guys have suggestions, whether you're listening to this later on YouTube or post something up on Twitter, anything. But yeah, I mean, as Cognito was saying, it's just something that doesn't include the word podcast. So we can just keep it kind of short and sweet for the title. But something just kind of represents us, maybe some Destiny relation. If not, just some way where it kind of, we can feel a tie back into it would be what we're going for. So
absolutely. Shout out to Skullstomper and Ryan the Professional in the chat. Ryan the Professional says he's changing his name. Oh, so you got to go through it too in 29. All right, so I don't feel bad now, Ryan. If you got to go through it and you've been around, you've been putting out great content, man. So salute to you being in here. Great YouTuber. Please, if you guys are not aware of, what should I call you? PlayStation centric, right? Professional, but he's good. He's a good dude, man, and definitely saluted us when we hit the 1,000 mark on Iron Lord's podcast. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like you said, Ebontis. It was like shout out to Ivan, aka Anchorman. He randomly hits me up and he's like, yeah, I'm in this gaming group and I know a bunch of PC guys and they just got Destiny, you know, since it went free initially. And, you know, it was one of those things where he's like, yeah, we listened to this cool podcast with these two guys. So, you know, Anchorman's like, And then he's like, what's the name of it? And no matter, he didn't ask. He'd been talking to him for a while. And then one day he goes, he goes to him. He's like, I guess he must have screenshotted Flashpoint. And he's like, is it these guys? And they were like, yeah, Cognito, those are my guys. And Ike is like, dude, I know them. Like, so I'm like, it was like the timing of it right then. And I'm like, oh man. So yeah, we need a new name, y'all, man. You know what I mean? So like I said, if you want to put in the comments, either on my page or Bonch's page or Twitter, you know, maybe what do you think? Maybe we come up with like something on Twitter as well to start like kind of festering in suggestions. What you think?
Yeah, I mean, we'll throw something out there. I'll throw something on my channel just for the community post. I mean, I'll put the podcast up, put that after, give that a day or two, but just say, hey, if you guys have any thoughts, we are looking at a name change, so any suggestions, we're open. Just trying to leave the word podcast out of it. It's pretty much all I'm going to say. And just, see if anybody throws anything out there that, you know, strikes a chord with us, and we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last thing I'll say on it before we move on is that, I don't want to put a super rush on it, but I would ideally, in a perfect world, we'd like to get this thing going, but before 2019. I mean, at the start of the beginning of 2019, obviously we've got no more TWABs, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Until I got the date. I think it's like the 10th or something like that.
Probably I mean, you'd have Niobe Labs would be the 8th, and if I'm looking at a calendar, it'd probably be the 11th or something. After.
Yeah, something to that effect. So just so we can get the rebrand kicking off, and and obviously we still, the plan is still to go to Guardian Con. It's still, the plan is out there. So it would be nice to get the ball rolling on that. So just food for thought. Help us out. Get Flashpoint a home in the name.
Yeah, we just want to be. I mean, it's kind of like, Flashpoint work because it's like, hey, a little quick sum up of Destiny, the things you do. So if you guys can pull another thing like that out of your butt, great. If you come up with something unique, just throw it out there. So we'll be looking at all. Don't take any offense if we don't pick yours. What's up, Dramatic? And you got me and Sinrob and Skull and Ryan, all you guys jumping in this morning early. I don't know where you guys are at, but if it's early or late, thanks for tuning in, because I know for some it's early. Yeah, so just working on the name. But yeah, if we don't pick yours, just trust. You can throw 6 of them at us. I don't care. We'll look at them all. We'll just figure out. And honestly, sometimes it could be just that one that clicks. And that's me. I know myself. I'm picky when it comes to stuff.
Me too.
So
Me too.
When it came to even just working on my logo, it's like, I'm sure I bugged the crap out of the guy who I had make it, but he was patient with me and it came out kind of how I wanted. Worked with some options, and then same thing with you, I'm sure. So and it could be like 6 ones that are almost the same, and there's one that has this something that wins out. So I was like, that's why for me, it's just going to be, I can't even say what I'm specifically looking for. I'm just going to have to see it when I do. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, my only requirements, like I said earlier, for those who just joined in the room, shout out to Gaming Forte. What's up, my fellow Guardians? What's up, man? Forte, we need a new name, baby. We need a new name. The feds is on us. No, I'm just joking. But no, seriously, we try to do a rebrand. So like I said, my only thing is, again, for you guys that watch, that that tune in, you guys know us, you know our style, kind of how we operate, so something that kind of represents us, something that's kind of Destiny related. And yeah, like I said, my only requirements, like you said, is just, I prefer not to have Destiny in the name. Because, what I'm saying? It's like, everybody's kind of doing that. Everybody's like, Destiny podcast, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? And I prefer not to have podcast in the name. So I know I'm making it kind of difficult, but something that represents Destiny. So you kind of know, like, that's what was cool about Flashpoint. You kind of knew that term. If you played the game, it's synonymous with that. And the last Forte, oh my God, Forte, you're late. Well, pretty much what happened is, Forte, we're just being preventative. We're being preventative. We have seen the Flashpoint name circulating, and we don't want to get into anything down the road, especially going to Guardian Con, and we want to represent ourselves correctly and not get any legal action. So that's what's going on. So that's what I got on it.
Yeah, so nothing crazy. Just trying to definitely make things our own. You Google Flashpoint, you'll see there's I think it's like an esports team, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in both of our chats so that both of our audiences understand what we're up against.
Yeah, but if you literally just Google Flashpoint, you even look up images. Flashpoint's also related to actually the Flash. That's a whole thing there.
Yeah.
There's a TV series with that. So there's enough things out there where it's like, you just kind of need something for differentiation. So
yeah, absolutely. No, Sinister, we are not the Traveler Speakers. We are not doing that. That's what he was for the rebrand.
What's up, Artsy? Good morning, man.
Oh man. What we got with this 12? Now we got the business out the way.
Yeah, just joining what you missed. Artsy, we're looking at a name change. Nothing crazy, just getting ahead of it. So anyway, moving on. So quick patch did happen on Tuesday. Some good things though. These are ones we were talking about with helping the lower level players try and get leveled up. There were some activities that had some quick fixes. We'll go final boss encounter of Scourge of the Past would not end properly. Where players were not getting things they were supposed to be getting. So just some patches that were fixed. They fixed some heavy spawning issues. And then the big ones were the items in the economy. So players under 600 may now receive high-powered rewards when completing director challenges, whether it's daily or weekly. Now, that's a lot. If you go, how many dailies that you're going to get, which ends up probably being about, roughly 7 or 8, since the adventure always seems to duplicate. Yeah. Then you got the, weekly bounties that you can do. All of those things are going to count. So all in all, it's like, they've added some boosts, and if they give that higher level, like it may still take like a week or two, but it doesn't feel it's going to take like 2 months, which is I think what they really need to ramp up, and then you can slow down close to right around 600. But ramp those lower players up quicker. You got to do it.
Yeah, I've been feeling the effects of that. I have. I've literally. I do feel that this update has definitely paid off in that regard, specifically.
See, this is a great thing. You've been our test subject. You're our little guinea pig through the PC realm. So, hey, it's worked out for timing. So, yeah. And that's for some of those too. It's like, even for me, if I wanted to go be like, hey, somebody really wants to play on PS4. I don't know if I can go back to PS4 unless it was like cross save, because literally just grinding it out there. If somebody's like, hey, I really want to play, or I did some contest, maybe then, but generally, like, I think I'll still be PC. But if there's ever like another character class we add in or something like that, just speeding it up would be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
They said they fixed an issue where players were not rewarded properly when completing a forge that was joined in progress. Fixed an issue when weapon frames were removed from inventory, which was a big one for a lot of people.
Yes.
That was kind of a bummer. I know you're getting close to getting into those, but yeah, try and keep one in your inventory at all times. They say that you can do 2 now, but I don't know if I trust them. But
I got one done. I mean, I got one pretty much done now. It's just I got to do some forge to finish it. I think what it is I jumped in a public space, and there was some high guardians like killing one of those things, and I got the box and I got the frame. So literally the last step of it now is to actually enter the forge to get the machine gun or something. It's like a machine gun.
What
frame.
level are you at again? You said 580-ish?
Yeah, I'm like 580-ish.
Yeah, you kind of get stepped on in there.
Yeah, I smashed. we ain't trying to go over to those parts like that.
Yeah, it's like, but I mean, hey, if that's the only piece you got to do, once you get in there, and if people, especially like if you got me, Scream, a couple of people that have been in it for a little bit that are higher, if you can just not get completely whooped and like instantly, we could probably drag you through, especially the first one. You can go whisper that guy in the corner pretty easy. Just go whisper in his ear with a big giant sniper rifle, and then bye-bye. They said they removed a shader, fixed an issue where players weren't properly being granted the sparrow for the eggs. That I know is a big one for a lot of people because they've been hunting them down from the 6 different weeks of the Ascendant challenges, all that stuff. So finally getting that thing to drop for people, which is good. And then they removed the annual pass requirement for claiming the Curator of the Black Armory Triumph. So I don't see anything in here where the mods can still be purchased without the annual pack. Can you buy the mods yet?
I cheated though, because remember I told you.
No, but you haven't finished a forge, and that's usually what it said you had to do.
But I can do it now because whatever happened, I must have been at a public event, and guys were fighting that, one of those bosses from, not bosses, but one of those like little high value targets. Yeah. And they have those little things spinning around them when you got to shoot and to bring the shield down.
Yeah, that's just a saboteur. That's not the forge.
Right. I know it's not the forge. But what I'm saying is, whenever they beat that thing, there was something in the box that I picked up. Yeah. And then that started this long chess, this whole chess thing. It's just quested, and it just kept going and going. It's kill this, do that, kill that. And then at the very step, it was like to do the forge, right? But then when I saw Ada this week, the availability to buy mods opened up for me now.
See, that's what I'm wondering is if it is. I need somebody who like doesn't have the annual pass to like tell me that, because that's the one thing I'm wondering about. Just because for me, weapon mods not being available for those who don't have the annual pass is a big slap in the face for those who don't. Just because they're a crucial part of. Banshee and mods. You should be able to buy mod components. Like that's a thing. So if anybody out there knows, if you don't have the annual pass and you're playing and you check with Ada, if you can even get to her, I don't even know if you can open her up. So that's why I was like,
yeah. But here's the thing though, when I first started, and I went to her, that mods were not available for me. It was like grayed out, like I had to complete steps and do stuff. So it's interesting now that I have the ability to actually buy them.
I don't know, kind of be curious to eventually get some clarification, but I know that's the thing. Couple other little fixes. They did fix the avalanche machine gun. They said it had more recoil than intended, so they kind of toned that one down. 1,000 Voices was doing more damage on PC, and that has been fixed as well. So nothing crazy, pretty small. They're going into a quiet time for them as well, where they're not going to push out anything crazy and then take vacation for 2 weeks. People are still going to be working, but in general, this is not the time to be like, let's change a bunch of stuff and see what happens. Let's tweak a few things and leave it as is for a bit. So seems like the time to not get too crazy with changes. So probably smart. But yeah, this week at Bungie, I think I'm gonna have to go back and read your like the entire chat because you guys are coming up with names in the fly, and we're like going through the actual stuff. And I look over here, and there's like 20 posts about names, and I'm like, well, all right, you guys are already working on it. Yeah. So, but yeah, this week at Bungie, last one of the year, 2018 is wrapping up. It has been a crazy year just for one because we've been doing this the whole time. So, shout out to Iron Lords podcast, by the way, getting their 1,000 sub mark broken.
Thank you, sir. Woo! Thank you, sir. Very cool, man.
Congrats, guys. If you haven't subbed over there, do it. But I mean, they got their 1,000 subs. They're going to keep climbing and growing. Awesome content. So just wanted a quick shout out there.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Yeah. So this week, the Izanami Forge dropped. People were losing their minds at the quest chain. I haven't done it yet, but I do know it's a lengthy one. So what have you even heard anything about this quest chain yet?
I've heard about it. I've heard it's pretty brutal. What did you hear?
Yeah, it's definitely not a short one. So I mean, just the way it starts, typically all of them have been go kill Vex till this one thing drops that starts it.
Yeah.
And then you've got like you have to do specific public events a couple times. You have to. This thing has. I'm scrolling through it like 10 steps, 9 maybe. But it ends with like a 6:30, basically nightfall.
Yeah.
And that's the one I think that's getting everybody. Like you can grind some of the other stuff out. It's not going to be easy. Some of the other forges are involved, but you have the 6:30 strike finish. That's going to be the hard one.
Yeah, that 6:30 nightfall. That's pretty intense.
So I wanted to get your thoughts on the idea of when you unlock the forge. You're like, cool, I'm going through this character. You got your Titan up. You're like, all right, going through. You bring that next character up. You got to take them through the full quest chain again. What do you think of that? Because I mean, in a sense, they are a different character, but we have accounts. I mean, it's like if I think of World of Warcraft. I mean, I feel like Sean Finnegan half the time on here.
Yeah, you got the fit of it thing. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but it is one of those to where it's like, so it's another character. It's like if I'm gonna go unlock something, yeah, I probably had to go do it again. But it's like in Destiny, it feels a little weirder than World of Warcraft to have to go do it again because, like, I look at my consumables and those are still like the same across all accounts. Pursuits may be different, but like consumables and shaders and those things are still there. Weapons I can toss between them. It's not like, you know, I have a warlock and I have a warrior and they don't even like talk in any way, shape, fashion, or form. It's truly like this is an alternate character, and if you're gonna level it up, you got to do it again. As some of our stuff talks and some doesn't in this, the repeating of like a quest chain. I don't know. Even if it was like if you've done it on another character, be like, hey, we know you've unlocked this on another character. Let's go, you know, either wrap this up or maybe you just have to do the Nightfall again. You don't have to grind out the other stuff. Maybe you just have to do the hardest part. Just to prove that you're kind of at the right level. So you're not kind of getting dragged in. Because I think some of this, which has actually been a good thing.
No, I'm sorry, finish. No.
Basically, what I was going to say is as the forges have gone on, the quests that have required higher levels, like 620 for the Gofanon Forge, which I just got done with. This one has a 630. They're doing some power gating in there, so you're not going to go matchmaking to something that you're way under leveled for. The first one, people are seeing that, and they're like, I'm being match made with like 580s. They're wasting my time. I don't even know how they got in this in the first place, but they shouldn't be in there and they're just dying all the time. The other forges seem like the matchmaking, while I mean, it's not going to be an easy thing to do if people don't know what they're doing. But the level in there at least seems to be a consistent piece that I've seen. Like going into Gofanon, I haven't seen anybody like jumping in that's not been like, you know, 622, 25. Like most have been in a pretty solid spot. So I'm kind of hoping the like leveling of the quests that they require kind of put people in the proper place. So
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think you're alluding to your overall thing as far as like it being access being from a character level as opposed to an account level. Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, this is high-end content. This is end content. I get it. This is end game. But it's one of those things where it's like to make that level of requirement for all your characters is a bit rough. And I kind of agree with what you said, which is like there should be maybe like a almost like a checkpoint, right? So to speak, so that if you do pick up with another character and you have completed, you know, all these forges, that at least maybe you're farther along in the quest line to unlock. as opposed to them all the way being unlocked for the newer or secondary character that you attempt to put it through. What do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, just something because I've seen the Berg. Well, hold on, let me see what it's called. Burgasi Forge. Hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
Destiny 2 Fourth Forge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the name of it. It's like the Burgasi. It's the one that I've heard mentioned out there.
Can't remember off top. Can't remember.
Oh, come on. And it was on Reddit. And basically, I saw the list of things that you have to do for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. If you think this one is long, you better strap in and get ready.
That's what I'm hearing. And again, from my understanding, a lot of it is not difficult, but just time consuming, just mundane kind of grindy stuff, right? That's the vibe. Minus like maybe 1 or 2 steps.
It's like they're trying to utilize most of their content, which is, I think, kind of a good thing. And some of it's like there were little tweaks, like on it was the Go Fan and Quest, and you'll get there. Sorry, spoiler warning, but it's just a pretty easy step. But you talk about Spider, and he's like, man, whoever it is out here, they're stealing my stuff. Go out there and go say hello. And then I want to hear some skulls cracking. You literally have to go melee people. So that's like you're saying hello by punching them in the face. So if you give me just a little twist on that I was like, okay, that's actually kind of hilarious. That one's kind of cool. Like little steps in there that I caught on that one were kind of fun. If they had more, and I think in all of this, it would have been, and again, I don't know the budgets and things like that, but as we go through any of these Forge quests, just to make them not feel quite so, go do this checkbox. Okay. Go do this checkbox. Okay. Go do this checkbox. Okay. A little bit of voiceover here and there, maybe would have been cool.
Yeah.
Even if it was just like you finish the quest, you click a box and then say, it's like, okay, this one's done. Click on it. It'll activate some voiceover wherever you're at, just so that one's playing. And then work on your next step. But just a little bit to kind of guide you through or give you incentive to go through, especially that second time would have been, I think, excuse me, my opinion, quite helpful.
No, I agree. Here's the thing. Forte actually made a good suggestion. He said they should make the grind like they do for a weapon frame. Once you forge the item once, you should only have to do the story missions and skip all the farming ads and mats. He said, plus, can we please stop going back to Ada?
No, I mean, that's kind of those things, like some of where it's like go back and forth a couple times would be nice to, and it's that balance. He said, do I need to go punch 75 guys in the face? Do I need to go get, fallen kills with precision shots to get these things to drop? Those parts, the grindy pieces, those aren't really helping me level up or anything. But if I go through and I do something that's got a powerful drop, or I go through and I do a power level check, a couple pieces, that would be cool. We know they know accounts talk to each other. That'd be that's kind of one of those things. It doesn't feel like it needs to be like a full, like, hey, you're done, just go walk in. But just to check for that character, couple things, cool.
Yeah, I agree.
So I did find the list. It's the Burguzia Forge. I was so spoiler warning, guys, coming up in about 5. This is for the Niobe Labs quote release. 4, 3, 2, 1. And all right, so the Burguzia Forge. This is on Reddit. I think this was farmed, but I'm going to let you guys know just so you have an idea what to expect. This, I think, is more why you're like, okay, repeating this 3 times is going to put some length in it. Kill Taken Kings, which I don't actually know what those are. I'm not sure. That's why that's weird. Until you get the starter, so it's usually that little pickup. Talk to Ada 1. Collect 25 eyes of an Ahamkara.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're gonna have. Sounds like you almost have to raid.
That's like that sounds like do the raid. Yeah.
Unless the eyes of Ahamkara are like little enemies somewhere that I just don't remember, and they're called that. But complete the Ether Ritual heroic public event while getting 10 precision kills on abominations. So that's 2 different things. Talk to Spider.
Yeah.
Finish the Hollowed Lair Nightfall with Arc Singe at 200,000. And this is almost starting to sound like it's insane. So I'm like, this could be completely full of crap. But the way like number 9 went, if they're gonna make the hardest one like the longest chain, I wouldn't doubt some of this. Kill 75 invaders with sidearms while airborne in Gambit.
This sounds like a lie. Nah, I'm not buying it.
No.
This person is trolling us in this Reddit.
Yeah, that seems insane. Yeah, I think they're making stuff up at this point. So
Yeah, the
I
chat
did that. Okay, so but I did want to actually kind of bring that stuff up because I was getting in there and I was like, okay, this is a little insane, but I wanted to kind of get a joke in there.
yeah.
But the idea is like that would actually give scoring in a Nightfall like a purpose, which I think would be kind of cool. Just because I mean, 200K is kind of insane.
Yeah.
But just to give you incentive would be like, hey, if you're about 630, you can take a modifier on a Nightfall up to about 90, and then 200K on some Nightfalls is doable. It's not easy, but it's doable. And that's why
line is for you and the android known as Esoteric. Those are the only two people capable of doing these things.
me, like 75 invaders in Gambit, I would be finishing that thing up like come, Destiny 3. It would be crazy. So, no.
You'd come out with your Rat King video. Going invisible. You figure something out. That's incredible. It's got to be a troll, man. It's got.
I feel like it absolutely has to be. So, yeah, there's no way. But I just want to give you guys a little joke and troll on that one. So, but it is one of those where, as the questions get longer, it is one of those where I think it's going to definitely take some work. Like they're going to go through. I mean, the current one, you do, and this is Izanami. You've got to do. Find the little piece, you charge up that transponder that you get. You have to do the Spire integration, so you have to wait for a specific heroic public event. Then you have to kill 20 Vex Minotaurs in a specific area. Not the easiest things to do. Somebody was saying there's actually an adventure that helps with that. Complete the Forge mission itself. So you're actually going to complete the Izanami Forge and start a quest. Then you've got more public events to do. You've got to collect materials for the Igniter, go do another Forge, and then come back down, do the 630 strike, and then you're good.
Oh, okay.
And that's just the one that's open right now.
Wow.
So that's why I was like, I haven't even gotten into that one just because I haven't had time to sit down and just like grind away. So,
let me ask you a quick question for those, like me who have not stepped foot in one forge, like the grind itself, like what are you doing for optimal? Because I'm trying to prepare myself because obviously 600 is approaching for me, right? Yeah. So what's the optimal thing you're doing to get yourself prepped for each of these forges? Like you're just doing your normal milestones, like kind of like what I'm doing, or is there something else?
It is that to level up.
Right.
Artsy's over there. The strike's harder than the forge. I'm not gonna doubt it because the 630 strike is no joke. Yeah, basically it's just been, I mean, every powerful, it's almost like when you were leveling up when we were about 500 before. It's like, okay, what's the efficient way?
Gotcha.
Do your dailies, do your weekly basics, like your Gambit matches, your Crucible matches, strikes, stuff like that. Nightfalls, I usually get my double drop in there a little bit later. Dreaming City starts to drop stuff a little bit higher, so you won't get the crazy boast, but then do that. Then you can work on like the forges, but it's like that's kind of your progression is going back through as we were leveling up before. Yagami's over there saying he does his Dreaming City first to get more light, and honestly, that's an option too. So, and I mean, you guys have seen different videos out there. If you're leveling up, if you're looking for, if most of your stuff close to a similar level, go do something in the Dreaming City, whether it's the mission, whether it's those, because that's going to give you a big boost. And then your little ones are going to start filling in the gaps. If you're missing a giant hole somewhere, go do a couple of the little ones to see if you can get that hole filled. So.
No, that's actually pretty smart. And I know in the past I've said like I've kind of saved Dreaming City stuff for last, but I've actually been applying that now that I've been on PC, which is just to go there first. And yeah, you'll knock out so much more powerful gear and you'll jump up faster. The gap is bigger. So I do agree. I do agree with that.
Yeah. So well, shout out to chat saying basically what I was saying was backwards. But yeah, do the Dreaming City stuff first, get your big boost. Nightfalls, the rest of the stuff, fill in the gaps. See what you can do. So I know Yagami's up there. I think I saw him at like 649, maybe.
Oh wow,
close. Nice. Chris Kroba's up to 645 in your chat. So the grind is doable, and people are getting up there. The people who are up at 640, like 650 for the raid in 3 days, yeah, they were cheating. Not cheating, but they were just saving things.
Yes,
saving. But yeah. So, but that's what I've been doing. So I mean, that's it's going to be back to playing. It's the same stuff. I mean, before you can get to that forge, you got to kind of get your light level up. And that first one, if you're like, hey, I finally got to 600, let me go try it. It's still going to hurt. Because that boss is 625. And unless you cheese it, If you're going in with randoms, oh yeah, it's rough. Yeah, you may pair up now, or you might get one that's like, hey, 6'10", 6'05", and then maybe a 6'50" who can go mop the floor with everybody in there. But if your random luck of people who you're paired up with are more blueberry side, yeah, you're going to be struggling until you get higher. So, and that's one of those pieces about matchmaking. I think everybody can probably agree. Matchmaking in raids, please no. I mean, unless they truly just like dumb down the mechanics to like easy mode level where it's like, hey, throw this one ball over here and then throw it at this guy to drop the shield. I mean, it's going to have to be really basic stuff to ever consider matchmaking. But honestly, like that would kind of defeat the purpose. So it is one of those things where you got to go look for some people to play with. Yeah, Yagami's basically saying 6'10" in the first forge still hurts. So.
Okay. No, I'm glad you're telling me this because I have to. It's good mental preparation for me that even though I'm 600, I'm going to get smashed if I try to step in there.
Yeah, so I mean that's just so you don't get disheartened either. I mean that's one of those things. Once you
so you say like 605, 610. Like, what do you think I should be before I attempt that?
I beat it about 604 the first time for comfort with randoms, closer to 610.
Okay.
And then just the closer you get, because the boss will be at 610, 620, 625 is the enemy level in there. So I mean, if you're 610. If you get like 611 and just get that one level, so it's not that perfect 10, may make a difference too. But somewhere right in there. I mean, I beat it at 604 first because once I knew like Whisper and a Cheese, I could pull a couple friends over and do that. But if people don't know what they're doing, yeah, I've only beaten the first forge with Whisper. The second one that's a whole different discussion altogether. But that first one, yeah, it's going to be one of those things that's the higher you are, the better for sure. Because you might be making up for people that are clueless.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I got my Well of Radiance now. I unlocked that third SoundCloud.
See, that alone would be huge. Like even if see me, Kaibatsu, anybody else like go in there, you could be 600 if you just can stay alive.
And keep
and
you
just
guys
pop
alive.
the Well of Radiance, and all you have to do is shoot. I'm trying to think if the Axiom bolts are in that one or not. But basically, like you do that, kind of stay alive, and then the second rounds is the one that's going to kill you the most. But at least two people could probably manage if they're high enough. But the third one, yeah, if you could just stay alive and pop a Well of Radiance, yeah, we could probably mop the floor with the boss too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, having people you know that are higher will help a lot.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the Izanami Forge sounds cool. I actually hear from what people are playing. I saw you on Twitter, Yagami, as well, basically saying the new Forge is your favorite. So I mean, Yagami, if you want to shout out something in chat, just saying why. I'm kind of curious why the new Forge is kind of the favorite Forge from some people. I've been seeing that. While the grind to get there is rough, the Forge itself sounds kind of cool.
Anybody in chat who's got there, explain that to us. I'm very curious. Yeah.
I mean, from what I've gathered, there's like multiple. It's Vex, but there are multiple platforms. So you kind of have the center platform where the boss would be kind of located, or the main. What am I thinking? The main forge where you're throwing the batteries into it is at, but it almost seems like people on the other platforms, they're like down lower, somewhat farther away. They're like picking up and chucking batteries to the middle section. Because I watched a quick little clip and some dude is just picking up and throwing batteries into the forge, but there's not that many enemies on his platform.
Right.
So like they're working on both sides, throwing the batteries up to him, and the one in the middle is just chucking them in the middle and trying to do stuff from long range. So it sounds like kind of a cool mechanic, actually, just the way they've got it separated on kind of the platforms as opposed to just one big open space.
Yeah. Okay.
That one actually sounds kind of awesome. But yeah, I'll be working on getting that grind going soon. Also, Shattered Throne was this week. I got that done with a couple buddies as well. Now, that's one for you. If you haven't done it this week, definitely get that one in because that's at least 3 pretty sizable drops for you. So
yeah, I got to get that done. That's a good point. I got to get. But I mean, what was if you could remember? Do you remember like recommended for that? Because I'm like
580, 590. Yeah, right. You're right there.
I'm right there. Okay, I'm right there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 580, you could definitely do it.
Yeah.
Because people did it before that. But 580, the final boss is 590. So that final room, it's 590 stuff. So if you're 580, you could, if you grind a few more things over the weekend or something like that. But I would definitely say is like, I'm going to be out of town come Sunday. But if you can find some people to get you in Shattered Throne, it's worth it for the drops for sure.
Yeah, actually I'm actually might me and you I gotta speak to Scream and the crew. We gotta get Last Wish started just for some drops and stuff before I even attempt Scourge. I haven't run Last Wish at all on PC, and I'm very curious to run the first one. So once you get back, maybe from the holiday stuff, we'll maybe figure it out.
Yeah, no, I was like, trust me, Last Wish a couple times before Scourge. I mean, Scourge is like last. That took her 640.
Oh yeah,
So,
640.
but yeah, even shout out to Dramatic. He's like, did the Shattered Throne last night with his clan, kicks kicks butt like a mini or 8. And I was like, that's why I love that thing, dude. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Just all the secrets buried in there are really, really cool too. So, but yeah, so they mention in here as well, the community is currently solving puzzles and uncovering, and that's kind of the things that people are not quite knowing yet unless they haven't dug deep. And when you go through and start getting the guns from these forges, the first quest you unlock a gun, that specific gun can see these like glyphs that only literally show up through the sights of that gun.
Yes.
Yeah. Shoot those things in order, get those things going. Those are the crests. Those are starting to unlock. They've got the mysterious box that you get from keys with the little drones that you shoot. Like the secrets in these things have been really cool. And that's the Bungie side that they did not forget.
Yes.
So, and those are some of the ones that be like, oh, I'm too high level. And then they're missing out on the little stuff that is there. They just had to get to it. So that's why I was like, I want people to get to these little pieces and start seeing all the cool stuff they put in.
Gotcha. Now let me ask you this quick long point question. Yeah, because
I'm sorry. What was that sentence?
Yeah. We
that's quick long point question. Open can of worms. Go.
All right, here we go. This might be the last time I get to say that. So now, what I was gonna say was like, being that you have experienced the majority of so far, the content. Like, how are you feeling about the Forge system in general? This is endgame. Obviously, we're gonna discuss said cinema that we mini spoiled a couple of flashpoints ago.
Yeah,
but like just in general, you're knee deep in it. I see you out there, in these Black Armory streets. So what are you
streets?
It's got to be the streets, baby. We got to keep it the streets. So like, what do you feel like?
What about the beaches? What about the sidewalks? Little places to walk around. It's not just the streets. I got sidewalks. I got trees. I like long walks on the beach. What are you talking about? Come on.
Fair enough, E. So these Black Armory,
give you a hard time, man.
These Black Armory beaches, man. How do you feeling about this, like, as content?
I think Dramatic said it pretty well. The season is getting cooler as you get more into the forges. People have said, like, some of the guns that you start getting, it was the Kindred Orchid, the hand cannon from last week. There's some awesome rolls that are coming on that. And it's really like you've got control over the god roll you want to get. Once you unlock a forge, if you're working on the pulse rifle, say this week from the Izanami forge, which I hear is damn good. If you finish that quest line and you want to go, okay, go right back in. So go pick up because once you do the weapon frame, that's kind of a longer chain to unlock it for the week.
Okay.
But then once you've unlocked that one, you get a cheaper one that you can go get. And that one you can do like multiple times much quicker because it's just like go to 2 pieces and then go back in the forge. So the fact that if you want a specific thing, you can now grind for it. Nice. And this is again where if you decide, is this something I enjoy doing? And that's a question for everybody. And it depends on if you like Destiny, it's more of Destiny, so there's more grinding in there. But I mean, if you're like, hey, this pulse rifle feels good, I know there's better rolls out there. Hey, I could spend my week literally just in the Izanami Forge, pick that thing up over and over and over and over and see what you can do to try and get it as the best as possible. That's actually kind of cool. If you're looking to if you have a way to go back for that god roll consistently. Now, my guess is these are going to be tied to like weekly rotations on which forge is active and which weapons are active. So you might have to wait a little while, but while it's up, it's cool. So I'm kind of enjoying that. The forges can be cool when done well. The quest chains up to them, I wish, as we kind of just got done talking about, the cross character stuff was a little shortened or abbreviated. People have got the exotic bow dropping now, which is starting to make people go crazy.
Shout out to Jimbo. He said he's got 2 exotic bow drops already.
Are you crazy? You got 2 Layman Arcs? That is insane. Yeah. But yeah, you got me saying the pulse with feeding frenzy is just nuts.
Ooh, what's the name of it? It's like Black. Was it Furnace or something?
Blast Furnace?
Yeah. Okay.
Something like that. I think. I know it's something close to that. And it is just like, it seems really cool. I mean, people are saying it's an awesome pulse rifle, and pulse rifles are in the meta right now. So, I mean, that's why on top of everything else, it's just like, it's probably one of the ones you want to grind for. So that's one of the things in the next like day or 2 before I go traveling that I want to try and at least get one of. No idea what my role is going to be, but I want to get one in my belt. So,
and question, that's specific to which forge, so I know.
Right now it's the Izanami, so you're gonna have to. I don't know if you'll be high enough. I kind of doubt it.
Okay, gotcha.
I might have to wait for that next rotation.
Fair enough.
Oh, here we go. Sis Hero in my chat space saying a cool thing about the new Forge and the quest line for the Forge is they introduce a new enemy with new mechanics and new jumping puzzle with different mechanics. So it's a really, really new content. So that's kind of the piece that people who, and I forget who said it, but it's like the annual pass, you're not buying new content. You're buying a subscription to it. You really are, because as they drip feed this stuff to you, it's if you're still playing, still working on leveling, still getting newer things. Those are ways that they're letting you, and this is kind of, I've heard other people talk about it, and we can kind of get into it as well. You have two options.
Yeah.
And this is the point where if you guys go back and think about what your experiences have been like, Taken King was a really cool experience. Had a whole lot of quests to it, but then we had that ginormous drought after it. And that was kind of a big deal, but we had a lot of cool stuff. We really enjoyed it. The raid was cool, all of those things. But after, you know, a month or two of heavy grinding, which is a lot for any game, but then you're going to like step away for 5 or 6 months.
All right.
Wait for that big chunk. How was Curse of Osiris received besides a giant dumpster fire? And we know it. I mean, it was just like Mercury was terrible. Like the Apartment 2D was like kind of an offshoot things that I know you weren't a fan of. People actually really enjoy the Argos encounter itself.
Yeah, I heard people like.
But just in general, it's like, so everybody's like, well, where are my story missions and stuff like that? And I'm like, okay, so the story missions that you play one time, then now that you have to go back and do story missions for one of the challenges for the week, you're like, oh, I've done these so many times. Like story missions, once you do them, they don't really quite have that feel that you're like, I want to go back and do these again.
Right. And they're not randomized. Why are they not randomized in there? I don't understand it. Why they like kind of force you to pick that, like specific ones? You notice that?
Oh, just it's like, well, they give you 5. I mean, and they change,
but it's
they change
like,
a lot.
Why don't they treat it like the strike, where it's just, you know, you just go in there. I don't want to think about
strike playlist and be like, hey, what's the mission? Yeah, it's like, I mean, I wish they would do like a story playlist and just be like, hey, anything's on the table. Because there's sometimes I was looking for a triumph to do, and it would be, you know, go do this one thing. And it's like, nope, those aren't active, so I'm not going to go do it. So it was like, I got to go kill Gaul on a heroic mission, and somehow on whatever character I haven't done the heroic Gaul mission again. So at some point I have to look for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, little stuff. I mean, honestly, it would be nice because it would be just, as you said, I don't care which mission. I know I have to do 3 of them, so let me just see which ones I get. Oh, I could do fight Panoptes. I could go into the War Mind and see Anna Bray for the first time. Whatever it is, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you have those little pieces of or you have, you know, your War Minds, those Osiris, and they spend time. There's no easy way to do a mission with voiceover, make those spaces that they do, have the cinematics. Those are all development cycle time that they have to try and figure out where they're going to spend it. So you can either have story missions that you enjoy kind of once and then move on, or they're trying to do what they're doing now. And it's a completely different feel, and they're learning from it.
Yes.
But, I mean, we got one Forge. Then we got a raid in another Forge. Then we got this new Forge here on, you know, got the, trying to think time-wise. That one. So we had the first Forge, then we had the Go Fanon Forge.
Right.
Oh, we had the Dawning Startup. That was on the 11th. Right. Then we just got this Forge coming. Right. And of course, the holidays and Christmas is going to be a thing. So that's like a little time off. Come back, we've got the Niobe Labs, which they talk about here. There's going to be potentially another Forge in there, which is the Berguzia Forge. So all of those pieces are continually coming. Then you're probably going to have Crimson Days at the start of February. They've got the quest for Last Word coming up, if there's anything secret in there. And then bam, we're in March. Like, if you are someone who enjoys Destiny and this is something you actually enjoy, even if it is you just log in on Tuesday, do some stuff, kind of get a feel for it, go play some other things, but you still keep coming back on Tuesday week after week after week after week. That is a good thing for them, because you're not stepping away for 4 months. You might step away for 4 or 5 days.
Right.
So you never feel like you're too detached from everything that's going on. It's not like you're going to step back in September and be like, what the hell did I miss?
Right. No, I get it. It's a different approach. I mean, I will say this, that, you know, I don't know, are we getting into the what you call it, the Oracle thing? Are we gonna get into that, or we not touching that?
We can, sure.
Well, I'm not gonna, obviously we've already discussed it, right? What the spoiler is. I mean, if you guys haven't done it, please do it. We know there's a certain someone that is back. But my question is, like, I was actually surprised we got a cinematic thing for that, right? So the way I look at it is also this: if they continue to do what they do with this Aldrin thing, and where they're literally extending Forsaken story. If you look at it, right,
Oh yeah.
based on what's going on. So if they do that with like a little drop here and there, and I kind of could dig it. I kind of could dig because I really thought that was very well done. You know what I'm saying? We've talked about it at ad nauseum before. The ramifications and what it could mean. I'm not going to get into that again. But the whole thing to me is just like I've never seen them do this. It almost feels like a like you watch a series on Netflix or something, and it's like tune in next episode. What's going to happen now that the queen knows? You know what I'm saying? Because she's not there when you go, you deliver, the Oracle engine thing. So I'm very curious with this style of storytelling, if they keep the quality up, if the fan base, because let's be real, if that wasn't spoiled, think about how hype we would be even more so right now.
Oh yeah, like would have lost our mind basically. I mean, like, what the texted you and been like, dude, you gotta go put your offering to the Oracle and go. Like,
yeah.
So I mean, if it wasn't spoiled either way, I mean, when I still saw it and like watched them, like, what does that mean? Like, I want to know. So I mean, we know one giant thing. There is not a Hunter Vanguard in the tower. Some way, somehow, someone, I don't know who or where it comes from, that hole has to be filled within the Vanguard eventually. If they want to keep Destiny and the Vanguard a thing, otherwise it's going to get disbanded, and who knows. But generally those three, and you need that third pillar back. So some way that's going to be a thing, which this opens up a, laundry bag of question marks. And honestly, it's like, I have no idea how much people would lose their mind if Uldren walked in that tower. I mean, can you just like think of the cinematic, basically just pull it out of Game of Thrones and somebody in the background? If they had him walk back in and there's like a slow cinematic of him walk in, somebody's going to dub over that. Shame. Somebody's going to dub that over it, like just for the cinematic. That would happen just instantly.
Literally,
I'm sure.
All I went to see is Ikora's face.
Oh man, she just would probably want to melt his face off.
Oh, that would be now. Your boy Zavala gonna be the diplomat.
Okay, but see, in that point, like that's unfortunately for his, like, he's got to sack up a little bit, but like that would be the point where he would actually need to step in and be like, wait. Remember, it's like you've been in the same boat. You've been a guardian. Who knows what you were before? Right. This is what he is now.
Right.
So it's like, remember, he was chosen by the Traveler and the Guardian, all the stuff like she focuses on, and that's her whole world. And she just, man, talk about a woman of two minds on that one. She'd be like, can I explode you so bad? Yeah. But I also understand what's happening here. Like, man, that would be
absolutely
like that character arc could be really, really, really awesome.
Yeah. This is
also, as Izanami said, the memes would be amazing.
Oh, absolutely. The interaction in the tower would be fantastic. Can't wait to see how they handle it. Obviously, we know Mara's not there. Does she go greet him? What's her feeling on it? And we know his mind is wiped clean. The hunter's there. The whole thing. It is gonna be interesting. So again, if they do this kind of a, drip feed storytelling content, that extends Forsaken, that could be very cool. Like each, between each big content drop.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, is if they can really start getting. I mean, I've probably said it before. I enjoy the TV shows that have longer arcs that really matter. A little weekly procedural type stuff, while it's like it's entertaining for the week. It's the bigger things that keep me going, because it's like, the killer of the week or the crime of the week, or I mean, depends on the shows. And that's why some of the longer drawn out, like either Netflix or AMC, when it's all about the nuance of little things, that I enjoy more. So the more of this, trust me, I'm going to be happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so I mean, Uldren's going to be messing some stuff up. We'll have to see how it goes. If you guys haven't seen what we're talking about, go turn your offering to the Oracle.
Yes.
Offering to the Oracle into the Oracle engine, and then go hop into Mars area and just venture around in there until you find something that says lean closer, and you'll get all cinematic. It's worth watching.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, 2018 is wrapping up. The Dawning is still going. The Dawning goes until the end of 2018. So Happy New Year's is also happy bye-bye Dawning. Yes, so cook all you need to for then. If you are looking to make your sleigh have that quick respawn time,
Mhm.
you got to get to baking a lot of stuff.
Yes.
You got to get to playing, cooking, whole bunch of things. Now, for me, like as I was going through, because
Mhm.
whenever I had been fighting I had 2 things that I could make like 50 of the same recipe.
Mhm.
I just went to one vendor and just baked like all of those. So I'm like already about
Mhm.
halfway through. And I haven't even done. So just find as you like naturally play through, because you're gonna
Mhm.
have, if you have some time over the next,
Right.
still week and a half ish. You
Right.
still got like 9 more days. So work on playing it naturally, and then
Yeah.
eventually, like if you got to buy some stuff, cool. But for the time
Mhm.
being, you'll probably be all right just playing normally for a while.
Absolutely.
But yeah, there were some people they're asking for a Bungie holiday card, and somebody went ahead and made this one. May all your dreams and wishes for the holidays come true. So
Nice
just
touch.
yeah, pretty cool. I like the engrams in there, like the Dreaming City statues.
Mhm.
Overall, pretty cool stuff. And dreams and wishes, nice tie into the Dreaming City and the Ahamkara. Overall, nice little subtle but good touch on the card. I like it.
Exactly.
Next week, if you guys have been enjoying Mayhem. Oh, I did actually want to ask you, did you finally play a little Mayhem?
Yes.
All
Very
right.
fun.
We'll get into that before we get into Iron Banner.
Yes.
What'd you
Very-
think? What
I
are you
like it.
seeing? What's the dominant thing? What are you working with?
Damn hunters, man.
Blade Barrage? Just a few of them?
Oh, just Blade Barrage all day. That's all it is. Like literally, they've been shutting my Nova Warp down. Like it before, like it's to the point, like, but right when I'm about to activate it, I can't even be sneaky. I'm just like, oh, when that thing sees you, it's on sight. It is over. So yeah, Blade Barrage. It's crazy.
That's what I get a lot of. So it is funny though. Some people I've seen walking around with videos with their Sentinel shield just walking around and being like, doo, doo, doo. And if you have Ursa Furiosa and people throwing supers at you, you're just walking around, dude, just keep going.
Keep on going. Yep, I'm seeing them too.
But yeah, Blades is, and that's kind of the thing that annoyed me about Blades, because I was running Titan on that one just because I'm slowly working on that quest that is not account based, which still pisses me off.
It's annoying.
But I was just slowly working on that, and it's just the point of I running around in super form, already activated.
Yes.
Go to throw my hammer, but if he sees that flying, he can click the super,
Done.
have the immunity like frames or whatever it's going to be. I say that like a Dark Souls game, and have the immunity or the very high resistant damage section kills me, because his Blade Barrage is still going to put enough damage into me, but my hammer that smashes him in the face doesn't do anything. Those little pieces are those little back and forth. I'm like, okay, how I can't win that battle? Like, I just don't have a chance. But yeah, Jimbo, Blade Barrage, the Shards of Fun is basically should be illegal.
Yes. Bro. Hunters are unstoppable with that thing, man. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, as the recharge rate is so high and Shards is basically breaking that, some people are saying it's coming back in like 4 or 5 seconds. I'm like, holy crap. Like,
you're not even talking with the super mods and all that either, too.
Oh my god, I forgot about that too. That's just even worse.
Oh, it's crazy. It's insane. But yeah, I felt the effects and had my little fun and quickly got right back to regular competitive and what you call it. And we'll get into Crucible in the next after we get to the next section. I got a lot to say about some competitive Crucible. We'll get into that. Yeah, I got some things to say.
Next week, Lord Saladin will visit the tower for the final banner of this year. New set of armor, new, emblem shader, bringing back a couple old school guys here. 2 new year 1 weapons upgraded to include random rolls. I'm like, okay, so we got 2 new year 1 weapons. Can you throw like 10 more into the loot pool?
Yeah, they're stretching it out. They're stretching it out.
I'm like, come on now, guys. There's a decent amount of weapons in there. Where's my Manananan? Where's my Uriel's gift? Give me some of those. Just trickling back in there and be like, hey, on this one we're going to be adding 5 more weapons back in the loot pool with random rolls, and maybe 1 new perk that can come on some of these. Just little stuff to keep adding. And I'm not saying it's an easy thing for them to add,
right?
But in my mind, it doesn't feel like it should be overly that difficult. The model is done. Most of the perks are there.
Yeah.
It's going to change the database of how the weapon can work. Which I'm sure I'm just like, oh yeah, just do this. And they're in the background going, it's going to break the game. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
True that. I'm glad to see I'm glad to see Hero's Burden back. I used to be my baby. But that was the old meta, pre-shotgun.
The SMG.
Hero's Burden's a beast. That was like my go-to in the energy slot in PvP prior to the weapon slot changes, prior to shotguns, really being back in full force. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that rocks. What about you?
I mean, the hand cannon, if I can get a decent roll on it, I'd like to see how it goes. It's probably going to feel a lot like the Duke. I think it's a slower one if I remember correctly, but I don't actually know the stats on it.
Yeah, I think it's a 110, like a Duke. So for me, the role I really want right now is probably like I definitely need rapid hit on that hand cannon. If I can get like a rapid hit kill clip,
Oh man,
good. That's what I need.
Lethal.
Yeah, that's what I need. If we can do that, obviously outlaw kill clip, that's good, kind of thing. But I'm curious to see how. I don't think Hero's Burden gonna survive, man. Unfortunately, not with.
I mean, that's Chris Cobra said it in your chat. No one's using SMGs or sidearms. I don't even see those either. I mean, if they are,
I mean, when dudes is running around with, Shap and all these other shotguns, and they're just, I don't say mapping you, but they got that Fallout plays role. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard to compete, man. It's hard for SMGs to compete. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that and sidearms. To be honest, like they're in a tough spot right now. They really are.
I was like, I don't see them. I look around, I get them popping up in my inventory for drops or anything, and I just keep like, well, these could be cool rolls, but I feel like there's no use in trying it out. Yeah. I mean, they even said they buffed like SMGs, scout rifles, and then sidearms. Like they are lacking a place right now for some way or another. I'm not sure how to fix them, but yeah, they need some love in some way or another.
In some way or another, yeah. I don't know if he can increase time to kill, but something, man, because that one hit kill potential of the shotty from the distances now that they're getting, it's tough, to really even have an SMG or a sidearm compete in that space.
Yeah, I mean, SMG personally, like within that close range, should absolutely just melt your face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that's literally what it's meant to do. It's meant to be kind of like a little Uzi and just up close.
Right.
Not going to miss that many shots, just and just melt. So if you get in the range of my SMG, you are probably not going to make it. But it should just outshoot a shotgun. That's kind of the key.
Oh, shout out to War Black Jack in your chat. He's saying that Risk Runner is still good. You got to put me on, bro. I'm not seeing them,
Risk
man.
Runner in PvE all damn day long.
Yeah,
I mean, against Fallen, stuff like that. In PvP, you're saying still good?
You got to put me on, man. Because I just, I can't see. He's fun policing. He's doing Tether Hunter.
Oh, man, I know.
Oh, you're annoying. I like that.
Oh, I've seen those. And you hear like, ching, and then you hear the like, oh, you're like, oh, where do I have to not run right now? And then somebody walking around booping people as well. I'm like, all right, now I got to play this one at range, which is where I do enjoy my hammers at that point, because then I can go smash a Tether Hunter in the face. But it's really, and it was Yagami said it too. He was just like, hammers can't beat Dawnblade when both are in the air. It's like, we're both in the air. His wave comes at me, my hammer flies back, and I lose. I'm just like, what the hell? Why are hammers so weak?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
It's frustrating to me. Anyway, got some new armor. What do you think of the color scheme?
Probably it looks cool. I like Titans. Look, we talked about it before. Titans still look a little weird. They look
small, oddly.
They look small, but there are
Titan.
Yeah, there are some people who are not a fan of the broad-shouldered Titan debut in Destiny 2. So for them, I guess this is gonna appease to them something kind of a little bit more sleek. He's been doing his cardio. Titan's been doing their cardio for that one to get into that. But I like my Warlock. He's looking cool. Hunter's got the little crown going on, which looks fly. I can dig it. I think I like the other two still a little bit better, but these are not terrible. I'm not saying like these are trash, but this where I'm at, man. This is I need this armor. I need this armor, and hopefully they continue to roll with high resilience, because for whatever reason, the majority of Warlock armor does not have resistance. It's always mobility and recovery. So I need me some high resilience armor.
I don't know if that's their way of basically trying to steer PvPers into like, you want to be mobile, you should have mobility armor. You're like, no, I want to have some options.
Yep.
It'd be nice just to, because I swear, I think you're right, because it feels like most of Iron Banner is just like mobility. I'm like, no. I'm good. If I go slow but I survive, I'm all right with it.
And at least this will be the first armor we can mod. We can slot. we can have, because it just sucks, man. I really love the other design pieces of the old, old seasons Iron Banner, but like you predicted, like I'm not pulling that out of the vault with no, without being able to spec it, without being able to put a super mod on it, or grenade mod or what have you. So to be able to use this armor that hopefully should be high resilience and be able to be spec'd is what I want, because I need an outfit. I might make that my my solar outfit. I like to have all my subclasses have a specific theme and a color scheme. Yeah, so that'll probably go to the solar class, being I just got my out, my the Well of Radiance third seat of light. So that's the goal for this one.
Yeah. Speaking of like solar subclass, I still wish they would allow you to just the masterwork perks, whether especially if it's the armor. There's like 6 different things that can be rolled on there. It's like, so that math is stupid already. Then let's say I go all the way through and I have like void on one, arc on one, solar on another. And it's like, what if I just want to go straight up solar all the way down in that masterwork perk roll? And I actually want to spend some money or some cores on it. But I'm like, nope, don't have the right rolls.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's little tweaks where there's enough randomness in the game where I don't think that would break things to where you're like, hey, let me have like full solar resistance. I mean, even the weapon perks, like those I can almost see leaving before letting us like switch which damage resistance we have. So
I agree.
A little bit of choice, a little bit. Not, I mean, you don't have to give us all the choice, because I mean that's where people were going for what was the reforging of weapons or whatever they were doing, just going for rerolls, and everybody eventually gets the god roll.
Yeah, that was when they used to do. Banshee used to be there for weapons week or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
And, they used to, you literally would stay there all day, waste whatever material was, and you just keep trying to re-roll that bad boy.
Yeah, an Iron Banner next week. Also, as Gaming Forte said, it's going to be helpful getting you up to 640, 650, get that boost in there for those light levels. So you got some time. Starts Christmas Day. So
I'll be in there.
Time in, get that grind. 7 powerful drops. That's going to be big.
Yeah, listen, I'll be in there. Shout out to Forte. He said Iron Band's going to be rough going up against those 640, 650 Guardians.
And it actually is. Like I'm like 625, 630, 635, and I'm like, I'm not ready to fight Yagami. He's going to go smack me around a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, Forte. You're right, because power's back, and I'm the one that complained about power needs to become back.
And you're like, no, I'm a baby guardian. Don't hit me. Did I lose you for a second? Or
yeah, I'm back. You hear me now?
Yeah, I did. I just lost you. Like you sounded like you were laughing, and all of a sudden went real quiet. So
yeah, it looked like I got kicked for a little bit, but I'm back. But yeah, man, I don't want to get roughed up. I don't want to be kindergarten style in there.
Chris Carubba's like, yeah, it's gonna be rough on you guys, and he's like, yay. He's over there like I cannot remember the guy in The Simpsons. Just saying excellent.
Yeah, was it Burns?
I cannot think Burns, yeah, Mr. Burns over there. Yeah.
Excellent. There's new people who purchased the DLC.
Yeah. Mop the floor with the rest of us. So
yeah, it's gonna be getting wrecked.
You did say you wanted to talk about the other side of PvP. What do you got, sir? What competitive Crucible action has been floating your doorstep?
Right, let me transition, because I'll set it up, because obviously it's going to go into the next thing, which is the microwave Wi-Fi section for Bungie security response team. Beware the ban hammer. So let's set that up first, right?
Yep.
While this Mustang passes me. So yeah, you know me, I'm like on the damn
V6 or V8, because there's a huge difference.
Yeah, probably like a V8. So yeah, man. So pretty much they say they got, since this weekend they're gonna do update 2.1.3. They deploy some new tools from the security response team to help improve the competitive environment of the Crucible. So beginning soon, players with the most unreliable players with the most unreliable connections will receive an in-game warning. We know that quality connection is fluid, so don't worry if you have occasional temporary issues. So basically, you're gonna receive one of those warnings, and then there will be guides to help you diagnose your network issues. And if all fails, contact your ISP. If your connection does not improve after the in-game warning and we continue detecting negative impact on other Guardians, restriction from PvP activities may be applied to your account. Interesting.
Dedicated servers fixes this, but that's
preach. You read my mind on this. So if a restriction is applied to your account, you'll be unable to participate in PvP for 2 weeks. And if you continue to play on an unreliable connection, the harm to experience of other players, the restriction may be extended. So it's good to see them kind of go back to this. I want your thoughts first on this security response team banhammer stuff before I get into my competitive discussion.
I mean, banhammer is one thing. So I mean, people's with unreliable connections, that's like, I mean, if you got a 56K dial-up modem, sorry, you probably shouldn't be playing Destiny. That's just how that works. If you hear beep boop boop boop,
if you got the AOL disc in your house, you should not be playing Destiny.
500 free hours of AOL will come to you in 1 month. I don't know what I was listening to, but I thought about that the other day. I was like, it was like started like 100 free hours, then 200 hours, 500 free hours. I'm like, how many hours in a month? Because I'm pretty sure they maxed it out. So, but I mean, yeah, especially in competitive for sure. This is like, it's got to happen. I mean,
gotta happen.
Crappy connections, whether they notice more DDoSing, whether people are doing subtle stuff just to make people lag. I don't know if those are even all possible things to do. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to have competitive be something that people don't want to just like bash their head against the wall and be like, nope. Yeah, that's one of those things that it's got to be. Now, dedicated servers. What if they just did like dedicated servers for competitive? I mean, quick play. And, like quick play could be like your matchmaking, your however they do it, peer-to-peer and stuff like that. But I was like, if you want competitive, have like true rewards, like, you're people grinding up to like legend connections matter, the drop. Just what if it was just dedicated on competitive? You want incentive for people to go play competitive. That'd be interesting.
You're gonna help me transition. And remember when you asked me, how's my, coming from console to PC, I love the Crucible. How am I doing? I said, all right, let me settle in. Let me not give you anything. Now I'm settling in. And all right, first off, let's just get the elephant out the room. For any of you console guys that are coming over, right? You're going to feel strong at first. You're going to be doing your thing in quick play. Once you start playing competitive consistently, you're going to start to see the difference because it's a level of accuracy that a mouse and keyboard person is just going to have, right? So that's off top. So I do notice that I'm finishing high, but I'm not, dominating like I would be in console where you're getting, the number one spot a little bit more frequently. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. So now like me having good games is like 2 or 3 and that's fine. What I'm noticing though is I'm playing a lot of competitive, and the first thing I'm noticing is that like rooms are not filling up. Now it could be the player count, whatever the player count, and that's fine. But like I'm going like 75% of the match, in a competitive, 4v3, and then people are just leaving, and I'm just like, are you serious right now? So there goes my rank. Yeah. Like, and you don't get any consolation prize. So you got that going on. And it's just one of those things that it's like, I've been seeing stuff like that. I've been seeing connection issues. Now, connection issues happens on console. I'm not trying to make this just a PC thing, but it's one of those things that I'm curious now if this is coming out as a result of that. You know what I mean? Like if this statement is coming out because they're seeing a lot of people doing, because I'm seeing people floating around doing things that really seem suspect. And I'm just like, okay, something's going on. Now, again, I don't want to just blame the PC community and stuff like that. But if dudes are hacking, something's going on right now, because I'm seeing some funky stuff every once in a while where I know I should be getting kills and some people are teleporting around and doing craziness. What about you?
See, my competitive experience is a whole bunch of not much. Are you doing this like are you doing this with randoms, or are you doing this with like people for competitive?
Me and Scream go hard. We go in there a lot. Scream loves competitive.
Yeah, Scream will put some work in.
Yeah, so we'll rock. Now when me and Scream are together, I didn't notice it as much. I noticed, but not as much. I noticed when I was solo queuing, man, the uneven teams, or you're playing against guys and it's just like, okay, that's not humanly possible. Dudes are teleporting, you're getting credit late or you're getting shot late. So there's definitely some weirdness going on. That's why I felt the timing of this was interesting, because I definitely felt, the competitive scene right now is a little wonky right now, server wise and otherwise. So it's good to see it when they update this. I know they've talked about things like this in the past, but I really want them to crack down on this, man. I really do, because it really is frustrating to be playing competitive, which I'm having a ton of fun in. But they really got to get busy. And like you said, why can't they just have dedicated servers? Why can't, especially with the amount of money that Activision is making off of Destiny and these things?
It's not enough, though. Remember that.
yeah, they're disappointed.
We're not making enough off of you guys.
Highly disappointed, right? As our COO said. But yeah, man. And I shout to War Black Jack. It's like the quitters are, and they're not allowing a person to feel like how when you play quick play.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what do you do to that, man? Like, to just get mopped after your guy left is frustrating. I really don't know.
You like, if somebody leaves or gets disconnected and it's maybe more than, like, say if it's more than, I don't know, 15 seconds or something like that, maybe. And I don't know if that's one of those matches where people would like disconnect or something, and then maybe if they pull the plug, like, you get to disconnect, hey, you're not going to jump back in competitive for like an hour. Go do something else. There's a ton of stuff in this game.
Right.
On the other side, though, I was going to say, but like on competitive, like, when you lose a rank, when somebody gets disconnected from your game, that sucks for you, and it's nothing you can control.
Facts.
You can't leave because you get a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point it should be like, hey, you haven't come back. It's been 30 seconds. They're not like getting back in. Okay, this match is null and void and draw. Fine. Maybe the other team you give a win for, but definitely don't deduct it from the people where they just got screwed.
Right. And it's like, I get it. It's competitive, but I guess I'm kind of want them to kind of revisit joining in progress, because you could do it. I've been in matches that it's been competitive. Both sides were like, oh man, it's gonna be sweaty, but I'm getting into it. I'm hyped, right? And it's like, let's say you're doing competitive and it's like survival, and it's going back and forth. And then, like I said, a guy will drop, and it's just like, you're like, wait a minute, why? Like, I had a big lead. What's going on? And then I'll press that button, and I'm looking at the roster, and I'm like, oh, no wonder. And I've had this happen too many times lately, Bonds. Like, too many times. Like, it's like it's forcing me to do a three stack or 4 stack, grab up Scream, grab up Kai, grab up you, because like, I just don't want that to happen. It's so demoralizing. You're putting in the work, and the other team just comes back, roars back, just because they have the man advantage. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's, especially in that, numbers is huge. So, and that's why somewhere they've got to agree that it's like that. Dramatics the same way. He's like, he said he totally agrees. That's why he kind of gave up on Luna, and that's why I really haven't stepped into Luna, because I don't really have, until you guys recently have been coming on on PC. I haven't had hardly anybody who I know consistently to play with. So for me to even jump in with randoms and competitive sounded like a stupid task in the first place.
Yeah.
And then if I did win, crap like this would start happening, to be like, well, screw it, never mind. Like, so, I mean, if you guys want, it's like, if we ever get a point where we can actually work together on it, yeah, that might be an option. But then just little stuff. What if one of us gets disconnected and you guys are like, oh, we're trying, come on, stick together, but it's 3 versus 4, we're getting kind of screwed, and it's just a connection thing, and you guys lose? That would suck too. So
yeah, man,
it's like they have to find some way. If somebody gets disconnected on a team, don't hold it against them. If the other team sits there and they farm it out and they win, cool. You put in the time and just count the victory. It's not world ending. But I was like, if somebody drops out, and however it is, you should not lose rank for that. That's just so poorly done.
Or at least, all right, if I'm gonna lose, like, you should have an algorithm that knows that team lost, to an unfair advantage. So, not saying you give me an exotic, but you got to give me something, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to see your rank go down when you have no control over it, and like there should be some level of a reward system to be like, okay, or just the penalty is lessened, right? How about that? How about there should be an algorithm at end of match, if it wasn't a 4v4 finish, there should be a lessened penalty for you got to reward the guy that stood there and just took that beating.
There should be, honestly, it should be one of those where it's just like in what am I thinking of? Just in quick play or something, or if you join a match in progress, you're not going to lose your streak. If you have a crappy situation, somebody gets disconnected, it's not a full set of 4 that finishes that group, or there's a point where you can be like, we're all 4 people in here for the whole time. Say somebody just says disconnected, comes back for like 2 rounds later. If there's a point where it's like they're not in the match for a relatively equal amount of time, like more than a minute or something like that, then yeah, you're not going to lose streak. You're not going to lose rank. The other team can win. Cool. But don't deduct. I mean, it's hard enough to make the grind. Random matches like that should not just like screw up because then if you screw up your streak, you lose one, and then you're on a losing streak for a couple. It's like it's just that much worse.
It starts to snowball. And again, I just want to know the philosophy behind eliminating join in progress in competitive. You have it in quick play. Why is that such a moral violation? You know what I'm saying? If someone dropped, that's an unfair advantage. So let's make it fair. Let's get someone back in there. I just don't understand how they look unless it's some, obviously I'm not a programmer, unless it's some exploit thing that they're worrying about. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand.
Yeah, I actually should do what said Fred's been doing. He's been trying to do his 3 matches a week to get the bonus points, at least to secure that fabled rank. He's like, I don't know if that'll help. That I should do, honestly.
Yeah.
Just some matches a week just to get the bonus. So I mean, that's I think that'll help. But it's just, and that is a nice thing for those who do play. You get a little bonus in there. But really, like, if you get dropped, if it's not a full team at the end, it should read that information in the moment and be like, okay, losing team, you got hosed, whatever reason it was, you don't have a full team at the end. Fine. I mean, and that's one point where, but it's like in turn, if somebody gets disconnected, they can't just be like, oh, we're about to lose, I'm going to disconnect so I don't lose my rank. So, I mean, that's kind of the balance between those two where they've got to find. Because if somebody just like, well, pull the Ethernet cord and then you're done, but and then you don't lose your rank. But then if you have a disconnection, like, if say you do that more than once, then you're kind of done. Like, it's got to keep some tracking in there. And that's, again, I don't know where that balance lies back and forth.
But again, not to harp too much, but so I'm just trying to understand what you and Gaming Forte is saying, so that so what they're saying is, what you guys are saying is that they're preventing it so that if someone is about to lose and then they disconnect, that they don't get, their rank go down, right? Is that
good? Yeah. It's kind of their way to cheat the system. So.
Okay, but yeah, they just gotta have better tools in place, right? Shouldn't better tools like the minute, dude, if you get dropped, you get dropped. Like you're gonna get a penalty. Like I don't know how else to put it. Like they should have a system in place. I mean, I don't know, man. I really still think that it's a situation that needs to be addressed on better than how it is now. You know what I'm saying? And my suggestion is, hey, you get bumped, you get. Yo, that's on you. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Your rank got to go down. That's just how I feel about it.
You're telling me if I get a random ass Buffalo error, excuse the language, sorry, random Buffalo error, that's my fault?
Bro, if you didn't pay the power bill this month, that's your problem.
Pretty sure all my stuff's still running. That's not me. That's them.
You're having trouble with the bill this month. That's not me. I gotta mess with you.
But it was like, I mean, that's kind of the thing. It's like if it's a consistent thing on your account,
right?
I mean, that can be one where if you get dropped and they notice like, hey, it's a consistent thing, and that's somebody doing that, it's like that's where you get that warning. If you're like, hey, it's like, dude, literally have numbers be like losing it in a match, disconnects like in the last like 60 seconds of the match, like multiple times. That's something they could probably just check on game records pretty quick. Exactly. If I get disconnected, I shouldn't get screwed because of one random error sometime. But then if I jump back in, then stay in. So that's why I was like, the person who loses a teammate, I don't think like, then your game's basically null and void. You're not going to lose anything, but you're not going to change anything. Right. Streak will maintain. Points won't go down, but you're not going to have that, and you're probably not going to win because you're at a disadvantage.
Yes.
But if the other team sticks that out and wins, it's one more win in their belt. It's not going to hurt anything. Let them have it.
Right.
So.
Right. And actually, I like what you just said, because what they should do is just that, which is the team who loses the person due to disconnect, right? Or whatever. Well, then, I see what you're saying. The other way, people might try to milk it that way. If I see what you guys are saying, because what dudes are going to do is, oh, man, our streak's going to lose. Yo, jump out. You know what I'm saying? But that's just that one person. I kind of see where you guys are going, but man, I still want join in progress. I still want it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think ultimately, I like where they're going with this security response team thing. And for people who are abusing the system, or just your connection is unreliable, like, they need to be some type of, sheriff system going on with that. So at least I like that, and I want to bring it up.
No, I mean, it's definitely something that he's talked about. And what's the thing that usually keeps people that alternative thing to do? PvP. So,
yeah,
I mean, the grinds in there for like Luna's Howl are not forgotten. I mean, I haven't even thought about those hardly. I should, but for me, it always seems like don't have that many to play with. Now I've got a few, which is good.
There you go. That's what I do, man.
But yeah, that's hey, you do that. That's fine. I'll drag you through a Nightfall. I'll drag you through whatever. But yeah, you got to help me. You got to backpack me in that competitive, man.
I'm getting my weapons together slowly but surely. Slowly, my loadout's getting together. It's getting PvP ready. So I'm almost there. Almost there. There's a couple more super mods here and there, and a couple more exotics. Still haven't got any exotics yet, but as far as armor, that I really want. So I gotta get transversives. Haven't gotten Ophidians yet.
Oh, dude, last night, I don't even know what was happening. I was literally texting Cognito last night as it was going down. I was just playing along, going through some Dreaming City stuff, doing some usual drops. And then all of a sudden I was like, hey, I was in the what was it? The bounty for the Bay of Drowning Wishes or whatever. It's just a lost sector. Hey, go do the lost sector. I go in there. Random dude that I'm like running up on, last final guy I shoot, bam, Cerberus +1 pops up on the screen. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? So I get that. And then what did I do? It was not long after I went like loaded back to the landing zone. And then I did, hold on, I gotta look at the text. Because then it turned around and it was the one that kind of just was amazing for me.
I remember what you got. I just want to know what you did.
Oh, and then yeah, so I was literally like, I had the weekly bounty for Ava Levante in my inventory, and I was just sitting there. I was like, oh, I'm going to go over to Petra and bake like 4 or 5 things. So I baked like 4 things, and I finished up the weekly bounty. I was like, oh, let's see what I get from this. Geomag stabilizers. I was like, oh my God.
Yo, I am so jealous, bro.
So I'm going to go start having some more fun in Gambit with those things.
You went Kaibatsu with the damn Geomag. Like, I want.
It was like 2 exotics in less than 10 minutes. I mean, it feels like it's been a while since I've got one, but I was like 2 in that long. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's
what I think it was like making up for something there, because I was like, I have not seen one in a bit, but I just got 2 real close together. So that was a little nuts. Yeah, those little moments like that, though. See, like if it does take me that long to get exotics, and then 2 go back to back, and I get stuff like that, I'm like, hello. Like Cerberus 1, I'm not really thinking it's going to be amazing. It's just kind of like a spread weird ass gun. But Geomags, I know what those do with Chaos Reach. So
beast.
Yeah, those are going to be nuts. So Scream, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is up, sir? Oh, so yeah, that was a random little tangent that happened to me. But yeah, seriously. Yeah, that was crazy. I was just like, I was texting you like, dude, leave me alone. I was like, dude, another one just happened. You're like, shh, go to bed. Like, leave me alone.
Don't talk to me no more, man.
I'll talk to you right now.
When anyone gets Geomags, the ones that get for what I gets me in my feelings is Geomags, Phoenix Protocol.
Got that recently.
Oh God. Those 2 right there, I'm like, oh, like I've never even sniffed those. Not on console, not nothing. So we'll see, man. But again, the only thing that's saving me is the RNGesus has blessed me with Thunderlord, which
I will say, like, for you in a random drop to have Thunderlord as early as you did, because you didn't make it through the quest, you don't get a whole lot of complaining, honestly, because seriously, like that gun will carry you through to like the end of time for a while right now.
It's been carrying me. That is what's saving me, literally. But at the same time, it's like like I said, I've been getting weapons, but I'm just not getting armor. That's what's happening.
Yeah, right now. I understand.
So hopefully, I'll be waiting for a certain someone's video.
Hey, hour and a half. I'm gonna get it up, so don't worry.
Waiting, baby, waiting.
Yeah. Don't think anything crazy is gonna be happening, but it'll be there.
Listen, if he's got, I need transversive. If he got transversive, Lunafaction, or I need what you call it, Nazareth Sin. Those are all 3 of those are key to my game. Oh, I could use a little Amankara skull too.
Transversive, huh? Just the sprinting.
Oh, let me tell you, people they sleep on that in PvP. It is so important to not have the reload option, to not worry about reloading your weapons. Like, especially you're running around with heavy, you're running around with a war cloth or cliff or whatever, or just the shotguns in general. Because the way I run my build is I'll use the the scavenger and the reserve perks. So it's picking up more per brick, but you still got to switch over it and reload it. To have that on stow just for going, man, it is a very, very underrated exotic. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So yeah, shout out to Forte. Yes, I'm running just one character right now, Forte on PC. And yes, Yvonne just has to let everyone know he's on PC. Oh my god, he's so petty. I love it.
I'm not petty. I was saying you have like every character on Xbox. This is your first one on PC.
That is correct.
It's a grind. I mean, you focused on one right now. Now, I mean, granted, if you, I mean, time is always a precious thing. But I was gonna say if you had 2 to bounce, 3 was a lot, but 2 to bounce is a way. Like if you get those weapons up, that person will ramp up quicker, and then you kind of like teeter-totter back and forth, like helping each one go up. So 2 is actually a good thing to do.
Facts. I'm so jealous of Chris Cobra leading Forte right now. I've never even sniffed Protocol. And what's the other Warlock one I never seen? The one with the
reverse hold.
Oh, I need that. Shout out to Cool Guys, got a good video on that. And the other one that it's like a shaman kind of a chess piece that makes
the precision kills, the chromatic fire or something.
I haven't seen any of these, man. No like they will not give me any Forsaken Warlock armor. It's driving me nuts. Ran over. Continue.
Oh, there you go. War Blackjack got Thunderlord for the first time yesterday. And yes, Max, it's in the exotic loot pool, so it's just a random drop now.
Nice. Salute. Who's War Black? Oh, that's Salute War Black on there. I got that.
So he's just trolling people now. I guess you can put away your tractor cannon and tether for a little while and actually have fun going on the offensive as opposed to ticking people off all day long, sir. Oh man.
Salute.
Yeah, I saw Geomax, and then when you run around, you have like these little 3 like light up like things on your feet. It looks like I'm running around in Tron boots. It looks hilarious.
Really? Oh, they light up?
It's like this weird little glowing 3. I can't tell if it's on the back of the boot or the bottom, but either way, when I'm running, the way the feet kick up, I see this like 3-line thing. I was running around the tower. I was like, I have Tron boots on there, like Tron ski boots. Like they just look weird.
They look fine.
They look bigger and bulkier on Warlock feet.
Yes,
they got delicate feet, but they feel like they got some oomph to them. So,
yo, shout out to the hunter I saw in the tower. He had him on. I had to take a picture. He's one of the flyers warlocks, excuse me, flyers warlocks that I've ever seen. He had like the raid chest, the geomags, and I think adorning helmet, but he had like a white shader and the mags was silver. His outfit was lit. I was like, damn, you looking kind of clean. And I had to stop and look at him. I was like, damn, you look kind of clean in the tower, boy. So I forgot what shade it is. It's like a white and silver. It was like the boy was glowing. I was like, damn, that's kind of high. I was like, I gotta get those geo bags, man. I've already got my outfit planned in my head when I get them.
Yeah, War Blackjacks is like, yeah, I saw that hunter with those geomags. I was like, you crossing character streams now? What are you doing?
Yeah, sorry about that.
He's getting so excited, he's confused.
I was confused. His aura had me.
That's all right. We'll forgive you this time. Gotta keep in check. But yeah, generally a couple more things on the TWAB, just talking about the new Forge. There's some things that are known issues they're still working on, and then they wrap up with, if you guys have not seen this little Gambit etiquette video, it's great. It's short, it's sweet, and it's hilarious. So if you have not seen this one, it's kind of like an old school Southern hospitality. It's kind of awesome in a great way. So if you guys go to Bungie, check out the TWAB, check out the movie of the week, the Gambit one. It's just a really hilarious little video. And just basic things again, but that we all should be doing. But it's just the way it's presented reminds me of like an old school, like, because she's like, got the Southern dress and it's like from the 50s. They got the pearl necklace and she's sitting at home and just saying, get your act together. It's just kind of great how it's presented.
Yeah, very good.
But yeah, they just kind of wrap up basically saying Dylan is out of town. He's got his vacation going on, so Cosmo's got us covered. Yeah, you guys will notice the Moisic in the top of the header. So Elliot Gray has been basically creating all these images, and this is his last TWAB as he moves on to a different role. So the one at the very, very top up here, this is all, I don't know if it's all of the TWABs or what he's been doing but I mean, that's so much that he's put together there. It's really, really cool. So I like how if they can make that a wallpaper, that'd be awesome.
Yes, that'd be lit.
That one's pretty sick. So but yeah, it's been a great year. The updates, they updated the game 29 times in 2018.
Wow, that's impressive.
I mean, it's every other week.
Yeah, that's impressive. And we wanted that cadence. We complained about cadence at the very beginning when we first started doing Flashpoint. Like, that is something we have to give them credit. They've been very much faster, very much more transparent.
Yeah, so War Blackjack's like, did they already talk about the Oracle thing? I love how you just suddenly say the Oracle thing. Oh yeah, we talked about. So yeah, we're towards the end. Giant spoilers if you guys haven't seen it. When you go to the Oracle, Aldrin is a guardian, and the ramifications of that are crazy and insane.
Yes.
We talked about it earlier in the podcast, though. So yes, it is nuts. But honestly, like the future looks pretty good right now. So we've got the calendar of Last Word coming up. I don't know how long that quest is going to be, and I'm hoping since I'm on PC, maybe I can actually enjoy that gun because on console I was terrible.
Yeah,
I was so terrible with that gun.
yeah. I was decent with the Last Word. I mean, I'm curious to see, the iteration it comes back in now, because I believe there is going to be some change based on where the main perk is coming back, but I believe there's another perk as well. So based on, I guess, the data mine, shout out to Unknown Player, he had something up on it. But yeah, man, I'm curious to see how it works in this current meta. It's that thing dominated the older metas. That was a very strong hand cannon. So I'm looking forward to see what it do, now, because it's got a lot of competition in the space. Curious about the range on it as well, the hip fire shooting. There's a lot of questions, but I mean, they're definitely gonna give it the treatment. So I'm excited because that gun has tremendous lore.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the cooler guns. That and Thorn both kind of getting those in there. Just kind of cool to see them take a gun like that and actually give it the lore that it deserves.
Yes.
And I just wish if they not just be like, hey, this gun's back in the game. If you're gonna bring it back, like give it the love that some of these deserve, or make some up for it, because the quest that we get, the story at least gives a little more weight when we get those exotics. Not like here's a random gun. It's like those don't have the same feel. So it's like when these things have stories and quests and stuff, I do enjoy those. So that's actually pretty cool. But Niobe Labs is on the 8th. Sorry. Can't talk. And then is it the 20? Yep. And then the 29th will be Last Word. I don't think there's anything in between those two. Is there? I forget. I feel like there's something in between those two, but I gotta try and.
Yeah, Crimson. You say Crimson thing?
Crimson will be February. Oh, here's the road ahead. I can look.
Road.
So we've got the Izanami Forge, Niobe Labs on the 8th, the Quest on the 29th, and February 5th will be Crimson Days, so a week later. So January 8th, 3 weeks, you got the Quest, then another week you got Crimson Days, and that'll pretty much wrap up most of the content for Black Armory, and then probably come March, starts the World of Season of the Drifter, March to May.
Yes. You're right into that. Yeah, man. Like I said, steady dripping. Like I said, the way they are moving looks like they might also include, some secrets and stuff maybe in between. So, it's a different way of doing things, but I'm getting in pocket. I'm getting in with the swing of it. We'll see how it goes.
But yeah, also around that time frame, I mean, Crimson Days, February 5th, February 22nd, Anthem.
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, we still can't talk about it. Yeah, man, I want to talk about certain things, but unfortunately I cannot.
No, but I mean, just are you excited for it though? That's the bigger question.
Yeah, and let's just say, they are coming. So my Destiny brethren, Bungie, they better start preparing. And like I think I said this maybe last Flashpoint, this might be a time to bring trials back. You might need to do things that the community really wants, because Anthem is coming. And yeah, I've had a lot of time on it. So the competition is fierce, in the space. We still got Division coming, that kind of thing. So again, at the end of the day, all this is good for us as gamers. This hopefully pushes these companies to to compete and to give us better content. And yeah, I'm dying to see how they react for that. And that's my prediction. I'm going to say it now. My prediction for 2019 is that around the Anthem release window, Bungie will do Trials. I think Trials comes back right around during that time of, what is it? I believe that should be right around Season of the Drifter, right? Or
Yep.
I think Season of the Drifter, we're gonna get Trials, because they're going to need to do something that is beloved, that gets the base riled up.
What, the Zerb bounties aren't enough?
No. So yeah, like they gonna have to do something because yeah, man. I mean, at least in the PvE space, whew, yeah, like I said, Anthem's coming, man. Anthem is coming. Cannot wait, for NDA to break and I can get more deeper for those who have questions.
But yeah, I mean that's going to be the evolution of Gambit, couple exotic quests, of course the basic stuff, the new weapons and gear for Joker's Wild, and then Xur bounties and another exotic quest. So I mean that one definitely seems to be like the low key one. But I mean you have Anthem, you have Division 2, like 3 weeks later because it's on the 15th of March.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks, 2 giant games coming out, 2 big one's a sequel, one's a pretty direct third-person competitor, kind of fitting in between both of these. It's a third-person Space Magic one. So I mean, you've got a lot of stuff to consider that is going to be pulling at the strings of people who are like, "Oh, I play Destiny, but this is kind of my thing." Wait, there's 2 new looter shooters that come out. Some people are going to try one, some people are going to try another, some people are going to try both. And oh my god, where do I find Destiny? Wait, that one's probably going to sit on the back burner. And that's still why I think the ones who love Destiny, Gambit, cool evolution of that, still a little bit of a grind in there. But again, it's like that season of like the summer, whatever that's going to be, Penumbra, Shadow, who knows what that thing's called. That's their point to try and bring us back in because that's going to have the raid, that's going to have the other stuff to try and get us ready for the fall, and we'll know more about what's hopefully coming with September, maybe. And that's kind of a ramp up to get us back in. I still think March to May, honestly, is going to be a downtime. And my guess is Trials would probably be a little later to get people hyped because I think they almost probably have to know people are going to step away. It's like, I know I'm going to go play some Anthem just because like it looks really cool. It looks fun. It's got a lot of PvE content, which is literally exactly what I do. Whether it's solo or groups or whatever, it's like it literally is something I've got to try. Division 2 as well. I played Division 1. That was one of the first things I did on my channel.
Yes. Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I didn't know that.
What, like that and Destiny 2 or Destiny 1 were, I started with Destiny, slow grinding, little baby build, stuff like that. And then Division was not far away. So I literally started shortly thereafter with like a Division giveaway when I was like probably less than 100 subscribers.
Nice.
So yeah, shout out to all you guys now. I'm like 1,200 subs away from 30,000. You guys have been crazy awesome.
Nice.
So that's been a crazy time. But yeah, my guess is I don't think Trials is coming at the start of March. So as that is a kind of 2019 timing situation, that'll be I'm buying you a drink or dinner, you're buying me a drink or dinner come Guardian Con for Trials being no, here's the key. We got people live and watching. Is it with the launch of Season with the Drifter that Trials starts?
You put me on the spot. I mean, so
well, yeah. You just said be like, hey, I'm calling it now.
I'm calling it, but you're like you're gonna disqualify me if it comes during Season of the Drifter, but like
if it comes like May 31st, yeah, that doesn't count, dude. It's got to be March.
I said Season of the Drifter.
I didn't.
That's got to be a specific time in Season of the Drifter.
You're the one literally saying it's like, oh, we got all these games coming. They got to come with all their stops. That is literally March when Anthem's already going to be out and Division 2 is going to be in the 15th. The people are already like knee deep in the middle of both of those games, and you're like, hey, April 25th, we're launching Trials. People are like, I don't care. Like,
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'll put my convictions to the test.
So Season of the Drifters launch is going to basically in that first month, first couple of weeks before April. Let's just say that. Is that fair? Before April.
Here's the thing. Now let me ask you this: what if they announce it right at the beginning when they say, "Hey, it's gonna come," April such and such, but they announce it right at Season Drift? Does that count?
I think now we're getting like.
I'm just curious.
My bet on this one would be that it does not launch before March 31st.
Okay.
That's what I want to say. So you can decide to take that or not.
I will take it. I'm gonna put my convictions to the test. I feel that at that point, it'll be March. Anthem comes out when February
22nd.
22nd. It'll be out in the wild. People will be excited. Bungie's gonna have to do something. That's how I feel. I feel Bungie's gonna have, and they cannot afford to wait. The only way they can wait is if, to your defense, they say, hey, it's still not ready. But that would be, how long has it been gone now? Oh my God, it's been when was Trials around? I can't even remember now.
I mean, last Trials was before Forsaken. So, I mean, it would have been September, right?
So, yeah, so before Forsaken Trials was around. So that's a long time for it to be gone. So, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take the bet, whether it be we do the drink, we do the dinner, whatever it be before GaudiaCon, it will be on one of us. We will call it the Trials bet, you know, when we're out there. And yeah, I'm with it, man. I'm put it all on the line.
There we go. All right, before March 31st.
Before March 31st. Mm-hmm.
And see, this is one of those where I don't mind, because if I lose, guess what? A lot of people are happier. So I take these bets for the good of the people, because if I lose, then you guys are happy. If I win, well, we're all unhappy except me.
Exactly. Facts. I like the mentality. I like the thought process. Scream is teasing me. He's like, semantics. Listen, I got to know what I'm getting into sometimes. But nah, I'm doing it, man. Yeah, I think they've got to do something, man. They've got to. And when does Division launch? What's Division's release date?
March 15th.
Oh, they've got to. That means they could have two heavy hitter. And Division has been the thorn in their side when Division first launched. That means they will have no mind share for a little bit. You know, the hardcore, the casual Destiny community is going to play those games. They are going to need to. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely betting you, buddy. Yeah, I'm picking out my meal. That's already. I'm going to visualize what I want from you and what drink I want.
What's your preference there? What's your meal of choice, sir?
Steak. I need
okay.
steak.
So, quick question. What is your steak of choice?
We can keep it. You know, we can do the mignon. We can do porterhouse. We could do. I'm a very.
No, you pick. You're in a steakhouse. They got all the options on the table. What do you pick?
We could do New York strip. We keep it New York.
No, but what's your favorite? That's what I'm literally asking.
I like everything, man. Like, I am such a steak fiend.
Okay, no, but I'm just saying, like, if you can say, here's a strip, here's a fillet, here's a ribeye, here's a T-bone,
Ribeyes is definitely up there. T-bone is up there. Man, I'm just a fiend for steak, bro. I just want it on you.
William, Scream, get out of here with that flank steak, you man. What are you doing to me? No, it's a bone-in ribeye. That's what you do.
Yeah, ribeye. I like ribeye. Ribeye is very
go to a damn good steakhouse. Get like a 3 or 4 week wet or dry, depending on the restaurant. They're both pretty good. Like 3 or 4 week dry aged, medium rare, bone-in ribeye. You're done.
Woo. I
was like, trust me, I if I'm gonna do steak, I do it right. You know me well enough to know that, like, I don't do things halfway.
Yeah, I see. I was like, you're bougie with this thing. He's like, no, I need the specific. I need the cut. I need the. I'm like, all right.
We get off the podcast. 20 people have bacon and eggs steak and eggs for breakfast.
Oh man, Forte's on some ribeye. Oh, thanks for showing support to Ebontis Forte for coming over. Yeah, he said ribeye medium rare for him. My boy Scream is over there talking that flank. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. I respect the flank. Don't let him flank shame you. All right, flank is still good. We do that. You know,
it has a purpose, but that's not like I want a steak. That's like I want some fajitas. That's not flank. No. You don't know.
The disrespect.
Hey, fajita meat can be cooked damn tasty. But you set that little piece of fajita flank steak next to a bone and ribeye, and it's just like, what the hell are you doing?
Scream, you gotta get him, man. He coming for you right now. He coming for you. This will be fun, man. We got to get Scream out there, man. I'm trying to talk him into coming to GaudiaCon with us.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So War Black. So if you guys aren't steak fans, so on the other side, say if you're in a nice place, if you do go fish, do you have a good fish you like?
Not the biggest fish guy, to be honest. Like, I'm just like whiting, salmon. I ain't too complex there. You know, I'm more of a shrimp, lobster kind of guy. Like shrimp especially. So that's like my bag as far as when it comes to seafood. But like meat and potatoes, steak, let's go. That's all me right there.
Meat and potatoes. Yeah, well,
right.
You know. Salmon's good stuff. Yeah, really well cooked salmon. Always enjoy. My favorite, even though I know I probably shouldn't eat it that much. It's not that bad for me. It's actually just not a really reliable fish. Is Chilean sea bass. That is my favorite fish. If I can do that, I'll do like a miso salmon glaze, and marinate that thing, and then I'll do that, like broil it for a little bit, and then I've usually made a meal of like kind of grilled asparagus and then like hibachi style homemade fried rice. Do that for like me and my wife. That's a damn good meal. Really enjoy that one.
If he's living right now, shout out to Ibonte. Yo, you doing it up, man. This is Chef Ibonte's talking. I forget, Chef. That's why you so bougie. You're the chef. That's right.
I like food, man. I can't help. And by the way, thank God I am a kickboxing instructor because it's a balance in there. I'm not like a lean, mean kickboxing instructor. I could be thinner, but I'm glad I work out as much as I do because I love food as well. So.
Listen, you got to reward yourself. Yo, said he wants some Long John Silver's now. Hilarious.
Yeah, so I was asking in chat because I wore blackjack, was just like not feeling so much on the steak. I was like, what's your preference? He's like, you guys do a steakhouse, he'll go sushi. I'm like, man, sushi is a thing, like if done well. And I even think my brother's out there listening right now. Sushi, like it from a really, really good sushi chef, it's never really been my thing, but man, like sushi can be amazing if done well. So yeah, if you guys are sushi lovers, that's good stuff.
Shout out to Yaga. See, that's what I'm talking about, Yagami. It's the cheesecakes he got. See, forget all that. Give me the fat stuff.
You want my cheesecake that I got done making? Yeah, I did. You guys go check my Twitter feed. There's a lemon blueberry cheesecake floating out there. So
cheesecake is like, that is my crack. like I am addicted to that. Like it is so good. When I see this man cooking, I'm like, yo, you're gonna have to chef me one of those, man. That's what I'm talking about. Have the steak and then the cheesecake to finish it off. I'm good. Life is good.
Oh yeah, you just may as well just lay down on that couch with that food, baby, because you're pretty much done. After steak and cheesecake, you get like 3 rolls, some butter,
fat and happy,
whatever you got on the side.
Absolutely. Shout out to Kobe. He said he's got to get that workout every day before I play D2 and skate. Now, I feel you, bro. Yeah, same thing. If me and this man, we don't hit the gym, we'd be fatties because the way we eat and what we like, forget about it.
Max is over here saying, Jesus, I want some pancakes right now. I'm like, dude, I want to go to IHOP and just destroy. They don't even make my favorite anymore. It's the Cinestack. It has that cinnamon, so it had like the cinnamon roll glaze, had like the actual like cream cheese kind of frosting drizzled over. Yeah, I don't touch any syrup or anything on just Cinestack straight up, good to go.
Nice. We're gonna start. We have to change the name to the food podcast at this rate.
we need a new name. We need a new name. Hungry Guardians. There we go. The Hungry Guardians.
The Hungry Guardians, man. Oh, we're gonna be doing our own dawning event the way this is going.
The dawning of my need to work out more. The dawning for my New Year's resolution to stop eating. I can keep going here. It's gonna get ridiculous though.
Oh man, this is great. Yeah, man. Great content.
Chef Ibonte is gonna have another playlist on his channel. It's like Destiny guides. We got Anthem, we got Division 2, solo good cooking. What is this?
You'll be dope with the cooking guy.
All right, seriously, I would. Oh my god, I'm just picturing like my Nightfall Bob Ross voice, and you guys like, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna put some flour in here, some pretty little flour, make a bush over here in the corner. Like, oh my god.
Yo, Dad said, please stop.
Oh, it would be great.
That would be great.
You guys are awesome. See, this is why it's like the name may change, but we're still going to be here with you guys. So if you see Flashpoint, you see what other name pops up. And again, I'm going to have the link up on my channel. I'm going to have, you guys can hit us up on Twitter. Anything you guys got for just ideas for names is good. And if you say Hungry Guardians, most people won't know what the hell we're talking about. They're like, are you guys like cooking in Destiny? Are you guys using that little table fire and a marshmallow? What's happening? So
exactly.
But yeah, it's been awesome this morning, guys. I think I've probably filled you here with enough food. So if you're not hungry now, you will be shortly. So yeah, breakfast is probably in order, or lunch for some of you guys, depending on where you're at.
It's going down.
While watching a solo 100K Nightfall, and this is how you start with this cheesecake. Yagami's over there killing me. So, oh my god,
got me on fire right now.
Yeah, it's like you're subscribed to my channel. You're like, oh, Nightfall solo, Ascendant channel or Ascendant challenge. Oh, we got the wanted bounty of the week. Lemon blueberry cheesecake. What is that the same? What the hell's happening right now? I would honestly have to do another channel. I would have to be doing like Ibontis, like chef guides or something goofy like that. Because I couldn't have it in my Destiny feed. People would just lose their mind.
That would be funny. Oh,
funny. Well, See, started on a questionable note with the new name, but honestly, ended it always as we love to have fun with you guys. So thank you. It's been awesome. I know some of you guys always trickle in later. So if you guys have not followed on Twitch or subscribed to YouTube on either or both Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, follow us everywhere. The Cheesecake Challenge. Can you finish the whole cheesecake in one day?
Absolutely. That's me. I'm greedy.
Oh, man, dude. If you pick up one of my cheesecakes, it's literally like 5 pounds, man.
Bro, apple pie, cheesecake. Like, I have a sweet tooth. That is my thing.
Oh, I do too. Believe me. But I was like, there's a point where it's like, it's tough. Like cheesecake, if you get a thick cheesecake, it gets rough, man. There's a lot in there.
It's all about the pacing throughout the day. You just gotta pace. You gotta
just go around, just a bite constantly. Yeah. I can tell you by the time you get to about 11 o'clock at night, be like, oh, I got 4 bites to go. It's going to be a struggle. If that's all you've had all day, you are not going to feel good. It's going to be malnourished. You're living on like dairy sugar milk, just in like cheesecake form. There's going to be your protein's coming from some sugar, but yeah, it would not feel wonderful.
Yeah, well, Max said in a day. He said that's a long time. Give me an hour and I'll eat 2. That's
Max, a guardian, go to Cheesecake Factory, buy yourself 2 full cheesecakes, and then let me see some throughout the day pictures. Yeah, no. Nice. Well, we love food, we love gaming. You guys are awesome, so we had a lot of fun, but wrapping up on 2 hours here, probably a good place to wrap it up. So shall we end this thing?
Yeah, man.
Last one of 2018, and when we come back, Dizzy, you missed the whole thing.
Jesus, Dizzy's late.
But yeah, we're wrapping up 2018. We'll try probably around that time frame of, unless there's something crazy that happens, we'll probably come back after that first TWAB and Niobe Labs and things. So it'll be probably 2 weeks off because you got New Year's. I mean, unless we just feel like really doing something on the 4th or something cool's going on, but likely the 11th. If it's sooner, it's sooner. Just stay tuned. That'll just give a couple weeks just to kind of mix things up and things like that. So, but that'll definitely have a lot to talk about come Niobe Labs and whatever that new forge is. Give us some time to grind up and get into this new forge as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. Like I said, we take a little time off looking at that time period for that. As far as me, you already know, doing outros now, if you're ready. Before outros, first of all, shout out to both chats, because you guys give us energy. You guys definitely give us energy. We love doing this. This thing started off as a passion project, and regardless to whatever the name becomes, we definitely could not do this without you guys. The energy, the actual, the nice comments, and just to see the growth on it slowly has really been tremendous. Obviously, Iron Lord Podcast, very proud, of the year we had. Ebonch is super proud of the year he's had, and just to see people learn his content and just enjoy those guides and the things that he does. So one thing we definitely want to super shout you guys out. And like I said, just taking a small break. We'll be back on Twitter. You already know it's me at Lord Cognito, and Iron Lord Podcast. You can follow that as well. The Iron Lord Podcast will be back Sunday, January 6th. You know what I'm saying? So then we'll have that Sunday, and then 10th Flashpoint comes right back, or whatever the new name of Flashpoint will be. So I'll probably put a tweet out on ILP Twitter just to kind of get the ball rolling. You guys can make suggestions, and me and the bouncers will sit down and try to culminate all the different choices until we get something that we feel fits. So that's what happened.
And shout out whoever got a subscription on my channel. Didn't even see it come through. So thank you for that, by the way. Those are always very appreciated. I just looking down at my numbers. I'm like, that's higher than it was when we started. So whoever it was, thank you guys. But yeah, I mean, on both, follow our Twitters. I'll be putting out polls as well. We'll look through all that stuff, get our changes kind of going, and just see if we can kind of make it a little bit more of our own. Just because apparently Flashpoint is a little less unique than we were hoping for, but still got the point across. All in all, guys, it's been a hell of a year. I want to thank all you guys for just being with us on the journey. Just some of the new friends we've got, some new faces in chat. And shout out to Cognito coming to PC. The man who was like, I am console for life. See ya, console.
He loves this. You are enjoying it now.
Because I told you, I was like, dude, as soon as you get, and you told yourself too, and you know that. Yeah, you're like, man, I don't want to get on there. I'm afraid, and you knew it. You called it. It's just great that it's there. Hey, I'm just happy we can play together now. That's one of the best things about it.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like as long as I've known you and not being able to play Destiny with you as much as we talk Destiny was kind of killing me because obviously we're on, different consoles right the first time. And then, you jumped to PC. I wasn't ready yet. And then, it all just came together. So trust me, I knew, like you said, it was one of those things that it was so superior that I was like, let me stay away because I know the minute I see it, I'm going to want it now. And I wasn't ready. But now everything came together, the new rig, everything better for the podcast. And yeah, I'm not going back. I'm staying here. So y'all can find me on my BattleNet is Lord Cognito number 1213. So just in case y'all want to know. But shout out to your chat, man. Thank you for the love. I really appreciate it, man. Happy holidays to you guys and Merry Christmas, New Year's. But finish your I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it as well. Just saying you guys are awesome. Enjoy. If you're traveling, be safe. We wouldn't be here where we are without you guys. All of the support in Twitch, in YouTube, in Twitter, just everything has been growing like crazy. And it's been humbling on my end because this is something that started as a hobby, have fun doing it. And just like the little guides, I mean, just sometimes it's a little luck in the right place at the right time. But I mean, just you guys coming back consistently, that's not luck. That's you guys. So thank you very, very much for this. So all you guys on both sides, Scream, Chris Cobra, Jim, all you guys, Dizzy, sleeping through the whole damn podcast. Good job. Forte, all you guys over there in the Awards podcast this morning are awesome. Sin. And then mine as well. Don't want to forget you guys. Whoever subbed and I missed it, I am sorry. I totally screwed up that one.
It's probably Forte.
I mean, Max Guardian, Forte may have done it. Yep, Yagami, said Fred, all you guys. I see you guys in chat. I'll pop on for a random Sunday stream. I had one of my best streams when I just popped on for a Sunday and it was doing Shattered Throne and I had 40 people in there with me.
Nice.
It's been awesome, guys. Like literally, lately it's been a lot of fun. Still doing other stuff, but you guys just make this part of our days like some of the best. It's awesome. So enough blushing aside. I think we'll wrap it up here, but you guys can tell we're thankful for you guys and just thankful to be sitting where we are, enjoying an awesome game. More craziness continues, and we will be with you guys every step of the way. And if our podcast turns into be like, hey, we played Destiny, but dude, I got to talk about Anthem for like 30 minutes, it may happen.
Yes.
Some of those games may come out. We're going to talk about them because when I get into playing and that demo that's open, or the VIP demo and we pre-order, it's like there may be some discussions that happen. So that hopefully you guys are on board with that because while Destiny is our main focus, if we're playing something just as much as Destiny, it's going to have to get talked about.
Absolutely. You know it.
All right, guys. Well, follow us everywhere. Send the love to us and send some ideas. Think on it. Even if you're just sitting at home later and you're like, oh, damn, tweet us or just write it down and send it later somewhere. But yeah, send us some name ideas and we'll see if we can make it happen. But I think we'll wrap it up there. On my end, it's Ibantis everywhere. It's easy. It's unique. It's a little off, but you know where to find me. And then for you, sir.
Yep, at Lord Cognito, you already know, at Twitter, and obviously at BattleNet is Lord Cognito number 1213, and at Iron Lord Podcast as well to catch up what we're doing. A lot of stuff cooking, and like I said, really proud of what both me and Ibantis are doing, and we got a lot more to share for 2019. So happy holidays, everyone. Please enjoy, be safe, and have a good time.
See ya.
Peace.
Ho, ho, ho.